Hey everyone, it's RachDaGem, and as you know, Melanin Boulevard is a completely independent podcast. We are not backed by anyone, only the backs of me and Auntie Bee. So, to donate, please go to www.melaninblvd.com and click that PayPal link. Now let's start the show.
And I see the robin.
I'm just searching for equality, looking for some reason, no finding no apologies. But I do want opportunity, hard work, it ain't new to me.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Auntie Bee,
And it's RachDaGem.
and welcome to Melanin Boulevard Block Party. Woo woo!
Yes, we got Mr. James on the grill.
It gotta be.
Right, it just gotta be. All right,
The
so we
brown
have
sandals?
Yes,
With
we
the
got the brown
and the
Just
high
asking.
socks.
Just
linen
asking.
suit, all white.
That little hat that blocked the sun. Who got an uncle in here like that?
I think everyone
I think
does.
my daddy was like that. I'm just gonna be 100%. My dad was on the grill.
And if you
Snapping
don't have an
and-
uncle that has a linen suit, then you're that uncle.
Then on like the West Indian side, they'll be in a linen suit, no socks, but they all got that one medallion. And that joint is gold than a motherfucker at that. Like he got that back in '73, but it looked like he got it yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
He keep that polished up.
That's the guy in the east side.
So as you can see, or hear, I should say, we have some guests on the show from the Noize. We have Big Los and we have Hollywood Kev. Thank you guys for coming to the show.
Yes, thanks, guys.
I immediately feel unimportant because I gave y'all this grando introduction. I'm like, the ladies of Melanin, but
It was like
we
that.
got these
I don't
niggas.
remember it like that.
They here.
Motherfucking Kev
I
lay
mean,
ass.
it's
and
a
Los.
cookout. That's Big Los and that's Kev. I mean,
I could at least
What?
came into some Marvin Gaye. So, you know, so I just need something.
we didn't plan for no background
I'm
music.
sorry. I don't know what
You
to do.
asking a lot right now.
Kev, this is us. This is the block party.
Okay.
Block party battle. I need you to be here.
I'm here.
Thank you.
I'm here. Let's do it.
I feel like,
It's a little hostile up in this mug.
like what's
Little
up?
bit.
Dang.
We ain't got no heels on. We ready.
All right, do you want to do the introduction again so it can, please?
No, it's good. No. We can
No,
go
please,
for it.
Lowe's. I'm
We can
good.
go
Oh,
for it.
you can.
I'm
so
good.
we can please
A
the
Beat
city.
can go
Network.
for it.
Let
Go
me do
ahead.
it.
You handle
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
we have Big Los,
Hey.
Hollywood Cab of the Noize from Beat Network. How y'all doing, brothers?
Man, I'm doing good.
good.
See?
Happy to
There
be
we go.
here.
Feel better now?
I feel great. I feel welcomed.
Feel
that was
welcome.
warm. You know.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do this with you.
I'm
'cause
sorry.
That was hot, baby, hot.
Vegas is hot,
You right?
Yeah, it is.
so you got to make sure everything matches,
The
even
heat
the
is very
podcast.
disrespectful.
All right, so
Y'all got any weekend plans? Anything like that?
This movie tonight, that's about it.
You want to see Avengers?
Yep.
Yes.
that does seem like something to do.
I will definitely be there tomorrow night.
You going?
Yeah. Girl,
What movie
I'm
theater
a
you
Marvel
went to?
fan.
Are we beefing
the
again? Because
Cannery.
you didn't invite me again.
And I'm going to D-Box again.
you know what?
We sitting here like, let's watch
Done.
it.
Exactly.
Let's-
Let me sit the fuck back.
Done.
Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah,
Cat
no, we
fight.
can't cuss on his does. I'm sorry.
Melanin
You can't
Boulevard.
cut.
No, I was about to say,
We
can we
can't.
cuss on this? I'm like, wait, I listen. I know we can.
What? You better drop them F-bombs.
Heard some ignorant shit on the show.
Oh yeah, my
Out
mouth
of
is
Brandy's
lethal.
mouth.
Yeah, of course. My daddy was a sailor, so you know, military lifestyle. But yeah, so
You're
you're
gonna
seeing
go
a
see the
movie.
movie, and
Yeah.
so is Brandy. Are you guys going
Let's
with
fight.
the whole family? Because Rachel didn't get an invite yet again.
And I still don't have my tickets because we literally just said let's just take them this weekend 2 hours ago.
I think
Your
it's
rebuttal.
funny how
As soon as they hit you, I think it's funny how. As soon as they hit you with that, you know you're in some shit.
Battle of the Sexes is going swimmingly so far.
we'll deal with that
Lesbianish
later.
right now.
Just a little bit.
We'll deal with that later. But if I hear you going with Crystal, we finna really have problems.
I don't even think Crystal is going. It's the Avengers.
I don't
We're not
care.
gonna do this. Okay, come
Crystal,
on.
comment if you went with Auntie Bee to
Let
see
us know if you're
Avengers.
going.
If you don't want to say it on their page, at the Noize Podcast on Instagram, let us know.
What about you? What you doing?
After this, the Beat family is meeting for dinner.
Oh,
So
that's
we
nice.
are going to dinner, to drink and have a good time.
I don't never get invited.
I'm about to say you didn't ask him about your invite. I mean, I know you're not Beat family and stuff, but
like we ain't-
See, when you say it like that, it sounds so evil. Like, I know you don't fucks with them. But
he still could have said, "Hey, y'all want some drinks?"
Right.
I'm just
nah.
saying.
Then after that, we're going to see Avengers. Yeah, so
well, everybody's got plans.
you're sort of assed out.
Damn.
Slightly.
Listen, the reason why I feel that I didn't extend an invite to anybody to go with us is because niggas only went to see Black Panther because it was
I
Black
like Marvel
Panther.
movies.
Okay, well, see, I never knew that. I didn't know that.
You ain't ask.
Because
we-
every time we talk about it, you know, who's the character? And
I like it for the action. I don't know all the. I like Transformers. I like all of those stuff. Like
See, that's where you lost me. Transformers was trash.
I like Transformers.
At least 2 and up was trash.
You got a point.
I just like it for the action.
I just like it because we
I
like
was never
comic
into
books
comics.
in my family.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
Now
well,
you know.
Let's
so
go then.
We ain't going nowhere.
Let's move on to the next order.
Well,
of
what you doing
business.
this weekend besides that?
Going to the movies.
That's it?
That's it.
What are you doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Right, what are your
Thanks
plans?
for asking. Nothing. I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing a fucking thing.
Yeah.
So much suspense.
Right?
She was like, "Oh, finally."
I was ready for you to say skydiving or
Right,
something.
something.
I ain't doing shit.
Going snorkeling.
You don't snorkel? Y'all don't snorkel?
No.
You need to step your game up. Get the snorkel up.
Step your snorkel up.
Talking about
Exactly.
snorkeling a
We
few weeks
was
ago.
because you were saying
I
you were
said,
gonna
"I'ma
go.
go."
And I was nervous because I was like, what
Just
happens
like
with that little
with
tube?
the tube.
Like you gonna go under?
The water's shallow, girl. You just putting your face in. You good.
Because I swear, every time I seen somebody go snorkeling, they like went under, and I was like,
That's
what the
scuba
fuck is
dive-
going on
that-
with
If I
that?
say
That's
that,
skydiving.
that definitely defeats the purpose. See, I can't do it because I have like shit luck. It'd be me. I'm snorkeling, and then a seagull shit right on top of my snorkel hole. You know what I'm saying? That'd be some shit that happened to me. And I'll be like, duh, let me just drown. I'm not coming out of the water. And y'all know that I just got seagull shit in my
Wait.
snorkel, and I just sit there like it was a sweet tea. Hell no.
I don't know if you guys, I don't know where
Seagull
I saw
shit
this.
is hilarious.
There was a guy who went scuba diving, right? And he came up because he had a clam or some type of animal stuck on himself. He went down there to go molest a fucking clam.
Yeah, but I say, I don't think that just accidentally happens.
Boy,
Came up with the shit on his dick like, what the
Niggas
fuck
was
was you
like-
doing?
Yeah, that's nasty.
Talk about I was doing it to play a joke
Take
on
a
my
picture.
friends. No, the fuck you wasn't.
You don't just put a clam on
But
your
how
dick.
big
Like,
was the clam?
To play
I
a
don't
joke,
know.
right.
Well, how big was his dick?
Look
I
what
don't
we
know
did.
this. I don't know.
Now I got questions.
I don't know if it was some type
Is
of
it a
sea
video?
animal. Girl, I didn't know. I read this shit. It wasn't like a video. I read it.
I'm gonna have to find that one. By the
Find
way,
the
the
article.
video of the jaguar chasing the dude down the hallway.
I need to see
had
that.
me
I didn't,
weak.
epic. He definitely died, but the video itself.
I was at work like,
yeah, I lost it on that one. I saw this safari and it was like white lions and dead ass these motherfucking lions jumped in the damn what do you call the thing
The
that
truck, the safari van,
the Jeep.
the Jeep.
The Jeep.
they
something.
jumped in the Jeep and was like moving through the people, licking
fuck
people
that.
on the head.
Nope.
I would have fucking panicked.
Nope. How many of them were ethnic?
Square up, nigga.
Absolutely
Square up.
0%.
I figured that was the case.
Yeah, it was actually
It was
negative
Karen
zero.
and
Yeah,
her kids.
I'm not
Right,
doing that.
they was just like,
Her kids.
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
yeah.
I like my nature on my television.
I'm good with it too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm from San Diego and I ain't never been to the wild animal park out there for that very reason.
Have
I'm
you ever
like,
gone to the North Las Vegas Zoo that used to be out here?
Hell to the
They got
no.
pigeons.
Was that
Yes.
really a
They got-
zoo?
They had a greyhound dog. It
They
was
had-
like 3 pigeons,
with
a
a
couple bugs.
blowout, so it looked like a lion, but it was really just a regular
They
ass
had
poodle.
statues of animals. In there. This is where a
know there
tortoise
was a
would
zoo.
be.
Yes, it
YouTube
was on
videos
Rancho.
of lions.
On Rancho, like
where on Rancho?
you know where
Exactly.
all
Like
the,
right by
you
the
know,
freeway?
On the right, no, it was before the freeway. You know, on the right side where they got like the tire shop and it's like a mechanic, and then on the other side it's like a trailer park.
There
and
used to be
an
like
open.
poorly painted animals on the side.
Yeah.
Craig's Discount Mall is actually bigger than what this zoo
Yes,
was.
it was literally on, like a corner store.
Go see a lion and get a real
I've heard enough.
And they closed down. They was really like trying to keep it though.
Wasn't no damn
It was
animals.
fighting for it?
They was trying to fight for it.
Damn.
Never been there.
That's crazy.
Never will.
A zoo on Rancho is hilarious.
That's why I'm like, where the fuck could it have been?
Seriously, on Rancho, like we're gonna have to take a ride down Rancho.
We can go when we leave
Like,
here.
A crackhead dressed like a monkey.
I'm
like-
not-
He
I
doing
can't.
tricks for quarters.
Right,
Yeah.
quit throwing bananas, motherfucker. Run me that change.
Oh God.
All right, so I did have an announcement to make. So we asked everyone, all of our listeners, to tell us what you want to be called. We need names. We only have one suggestion from Twitter, and he said Street Team, and I thought of superheroes. So
You thought of superheroes?
I did. I was not. No, I didn't. I said when he said Street Team, it made me
Oh,
think
that
of
you were
Street.
thinking his name. I was like, girl, we is not calling our listeners superheroes. I was just making sure. Okay.
Take a walk.
Turn the mic off and leave.
Well, this has been fun. So,
I was just like, what the hell's happening right now?
Like, I know you're not good at names, Rachel, but damn.
We're not vibing right now with this.
All right, so we need names, and that's it.
All right, that was the announcement, y'all.
so this
Pour
block
on out.
party needs names? Or?
No. What we want to call it.
Well,
like, y'all have
like
your
ear
hustlers.
Okay.
I'm an ear hustler, y'all.
Right.
Got it.
Hey,
Hey, hustle gang.
Right.
But yeah, we
Gang,
just
gang.
want to. I just been referring to them as the streets.
Okay.
I mean, hey,
We'll figure it
ain't
out.
nobody said nothing, so y'all just be what we call you.
Y'all call them the pushers. You know, y'all on, it's the boulevard.
I
you know, y'all
literally
got
said
cats
the
on
pushers to
corner,
begin with.
You know.
Remember when I said that?
Saying.
And I was like, D boys, D girls, like just, you know, but.
D-boys and D-girls, that's cute.
I'm more than positive your listeners are ratchet, so I'm pretty sure they'll be okay.
I'm
100%
that in
positive.
order for them to get through our show, they have
to be.
A little bit of ratchetivity.
Don't nobody go to church
Just
to
a
listen
touch.
to this. Let's get started.
This is working so well. So.
Okay. All right.
That's you.
All right. So we just want to ask you guys a couple questions just to get to know the Noize, let our listeners know who you are. You guys probably heard us on their show for the Black Podcast Month. Is that what
Yep.
we're on? Okay. So Black Podcast Month, we were on their show. So their listeners got to hear us. So now it's our turn. So a couple of questions we were going to ask. First of all, how did you two meet?
I'm about to say you. All right, well.
You tell a story. No, you tell a story.
We
You always tell it better.
Y'all so cute.
That's two
sound
massive ass niggas. Right. You say it. We both used to hate our job at Capital One. We worked collections, and during training, I believe it was first day, we all had to stand up and announce who we were. And I think you went first, or it may have been-
Yeah, I don't know. I think I did.
it was either one of us went first, and we said that we were originally from East Cleveland, Ohio. Kev just happened to be from East Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from East Cleveland. We immediately clicked from there because it was just a natural East Cleveland connection.
Yeah.
You kind of just run from there. See, there's no deep story when men become friends.
Right.
It's either something as simple as you like hot dogs, I like hot dogs.
Let's
Best
go get
friends,
one.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Or I got shot at and this dude pulled me out the fire, and all of a sudden we're
boys.
we're just tied together. There is no in between.
Gotcha. We get it. So it's not like how we was like, well, she was looking at me funny.
And
And
I
so I was
was.
like,
Yeah,
I
it wasn't like that.
And I
no.
wasn't looking at
I feel like that's how
For the
all
record.
female friendships like go.
probably.
It's instant beef at first, and then
So how and why did you guys start the Noize?
It's your company, bruh.
nigga, why'd you have me answer the first one? Anyway,
Seemed like a thing to do.
They sound like us.
I'm pretty sure there's an episode out there, me and Kev slapboxing, and just in the middle of it. But anyway, after I I was coming close to graduating from my school in San Francisco, and I knew that coming home I wasn't gonna have opportunities just thrown at me. So I figured if I'm not gonna get a lane, I'm gonna create one. So that's where I decided to go with Beat Network. It initially was just gonna be a website, couple of original shows on YouTube, and a podcast. I was going through my head of who do I have the most outlandish conversations with that would be considered entertaining, and that's when Kev came up. We actually had a pretty outlandish conversation earlier that day, and I was like, "Yo, let's just do this." And he was like, "Yo, I've been trying to get my opinion out there, so let's work." And from there, it just built.
Okay. And so what do you look forward to like in the future for B Network, the Noize? Kev, we need you to answer. Not the B Network part, that's him, but I need you to talk. Let's do this.
What was the question again?
Okay. What do you
stand
look
her.
forward to with the Noize? Like, where are you guys like? What are some of your goals with the
I
show?
think the ultimate goal is probably to be the best podcast out there.
So no.
That's
Second,
that's.
Because where's my hair tie?
come
I'm
on.
already starting.
Like, dang.
I think that's the main goal, but just to be creatives and inspire other creatives. I think right now, as Black people, we in a lane to where we can really make stuff happen. So I think as the Noize, as Beat grows, we're gonna make some shit happen.
Okay. Beat Network. Where are we going with it?
I'm trying to be one of the top independent media platforms out there. Growing, of course, bringing in more talent, releasing more content. The next step is transitioning into visual. We've been talking about this for the longest, but when I tell you every hiccup that could possibly happen,
happened. At least twice.
At least twice.
But that produces greatness, though.
It produces greatness. It definitely makes us better as not only content creators, but as people. It teaches you patience like a motherfucker, because I'll be ready. I'm ready to chalk all this shit up. But yeah, just like Kev said, just continue to grow. The next step is visual. We're going to start with the podcast and then original content, like how we initially wanted B to be. Yeah, and just great things.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I think that kind of ties into the last question we had.
Where you see yourself in the next year?
In the next year. Just kind of.
Are we going to have a
Jamaica.
Beat Network party?
Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the first one. There was
We're getting dressed.
some nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
I swear we was coming. We was like,
We believe it. There was a lot of people that were like all set up for it, and it was just too much shit went down. But we do plan on, relaunching that now that we've developed a bigger audience in the city and we have a much bigger support system at that. It's gonna happen. We'll be back on the show to promote it.
Okay.
good.
I assume this is y'all show.
You just invited yourself to
Exactly. Let me take a motherfucking
I told you about that chair. I told you about that chair.
Content.
Yes,
that
we
is
do.
that chair.
Yeah, boss.
We in y'all studio. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you right.
We at the crib.
So we're going to do an icebreaker.
2 truths and a lie.
Yikes.
You definitely going first on this one.
Let's just go around.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kev.
Wait, you said go around. How do we start with me
you,
if we
and
going?
going around?
Nah, see, we gotta go clockwise. You've already fucking up the spectrum.
No,
It's
I
like
go
That's-
counterclockwise because I always go against the grain.
All right, that's
Let's
cool.
go.
All right. And you said 2 truths and a lie?
Yes.
Wait, so you want me to tell you 2 things that are true?
So
And then 2 truths and a lie. So you say 3 things.
Uh-huh.
One of them is going to be a lie. We got to guess which one is the lie. And it's going to be about yourself.
Oh. Shit.
You ain't never played this at like a HR event at a company?
Nah, I hated my job. Nah.
It was
you
like,
wasn't
I'm
there
sitting
that
cut.
day.
Me and Kev, me and
Majority
Los
of our
was
games
there
were like
eating these
drinking
hot dogs
games.
that we like.
I gotta think about this. It's not something you can think about right on the spot. I don't know.
You want me to come back?
Yeah, come
I'll
back.
start
I'm gonna
playing
think.
Jeopardy music.
Yeah, come back.
Let's go.
Oh, so then we're gonna go to me. All right, 2 truths and a lie. I got into an altercation with Machine Gun Kelly in Ohio.
Ooh.
He is from Ohio, so that could be.
Land till I die.
I once found $100 in the Arco gas station. And working in media wasn't my first dream.
I'm going to say the lie is the Arco gas station. That was just
Okay.
too simple.
That was a lie.
I didn't know what your guess was.
I'm on her team. Yeah.
She said I'm on her team.
She's like what she said. Was
Nope. The lie was working in media wasn't my first dream. I had like the average young black boy dreams, but it started off with radio. Then it was rapping. Then it was wanted to be a lawyer. Then it went back to rapping, and now here we are.
Sounds like my son.
I used
He's about
to
graduate high school.
Used to intern with 88.1. I used to, during the internship we worked with all over town Chris Brown. That shit was dope. Too much fun. The Machine Gun Kelly incident. Yes.
Yeah, what's up with that?
So my cousin who runs FCB Broadcasting, shout out to the Kingpin, he had a party, an event back when it was First Class Hip Hop. And Machine Gun Kelly was one of the performers, and he had this bodyguard who looked exactly like 50 Cent. Like, I shit you not, looked exactly like 50 Cent. And I went to the bathroom, and I guess he was in there taking a shit, peeing. Like, I don't know what he was doing, but the bodyguard would tell me I can't come in till Kels is done. I'm like, first of all, fuck you. Secondly, I'm going there to take a piss. I don't give a fuck who he is. He just performed here. Like, he's one of the performers here. Trust me, I'm going to go take a piss. Then he came out the bathroom around this time. I think he was like fucking 16 or 17. He started young. So he comes out and he's just going. Just all kind of jaw jacking. And mind you, it's a white boy that swear he's black. So it was as ignorant as you can consider without saying the N-word. So now I'm going back at him. I'm shoving his security guard who's huge, but you're just getting moved. So your shit is a security guard. He's probably not even around anymore. And it was bad. It was bad.
Kels.
And then
Lord.
Arco. Yeah,
and he
that was
weighed
just
like 2 pounds.
easily.
Yeah.
Soaking wet with Tim's.
He's just like what with Tim's. You come up with something?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because you were sitting over there quiet.
I was thinking. I was thinking.
Like,
What I'm gonna say?
I forgot.
Okay.
Well,
I did. I forgot just that fast.
So we'll come back to you again.
right, go ahead, girl.
Okay, so my two truths and a lie. I'm originally from Phoenix. I have 23 to 25 nieces and nephews. I lost count. And I started off in finance as a career path.
I want to say the 25 nieces and nephews.
Yeah,
but
that
you're also
sounds
black, so that's very
crazy.
much so possible.
I'm rocking with 25 nieces, and that's a lot of fucking.
I mean, I'm sticking with my co-host, 25 nieces and nephews.
I actually have that many nieces and nephews.
Your brother or sister is fertile.
Well, I'm
Pull-out
my
game
mom's
is
third
terrible.
child, my dad's fifth child. So I have a bunch of siblings, so that's where that came from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but
So shame on me for just assuming you had like one brother or sister.
Yeah, no,
I was about to say, they got to step that pull-out game up.
Okay.
a bunch of them. No,
Christmas
the
must
lie
be
was I'm
shitty.
originally from Phoenix. I'm originally from San Diego.
And you literally just told
she
us
did.
that
Said
shit.
Just say
that.
that,
See,
yeah.
y'all ain't even paying attention. That was to throw y'all
At
off.
least we were able to go back to it.
Right. We can remember that you said it.
Exactly.
Okay, I remember this time.
Okay, go.
Okay. So, one, I was in a magazine for basketball. I saved my sister from somebody trying to stab her.
He is from East Cleveland.
I was like,
And the last thing, what's the last thing? I had it in my head. It ain't there no more. Last thing, what did I say? I forget. I truly forgot the last thing just
so
that
I'm
fast.
gonna say the last thing must have been the lie if you can't remember.
I can't remember.
So that was the lie.
No, it wasn't the lie.
Oh.
I don't think it was.
I'm done.
I don't think it was. I truly can't remember. My memory's bad. Sorry.
You smoke too much.
I do.
I was about to say,
Damn
do
it.
you? Okay.
And he likes to say that was my fault.
It was
I
your
want to
fault.
bring that up on this show right now.
It was
I
your
had
fault.
nothing to do. I would listen. I understand. I let the dare line down a long time ago. The little kid in the hoodie that they say, "Come on, try this." I'm that guy. But when me and this nigga met, and we rolled up and went to it, there was no explanation of I ain't smoked before, whatever. It was just like, boom, we all smoked. It was like what, like 6 of us kicking it that day.
The first time, yeah.
Everyone hit the blunt. Everybody was good. All of a
Not.
sudden-
I didn't get it the first time.
You sure?
It was the second time we kicked it. I did.
Oh, okay.
So this is like a Smokey and Craig situation.
No, cause
No, cause see, he's a bad influence.
not at all.
Well, Smokey was the bad influence.
He was.
Remember, Craig
he was a bad
like, I'm not
influence.
smoking, and then finally,
I
when,
had not smoked before. I was like 23, ain't smoked before. Here come this nigga.
just hit it, peer pressure.
Wasn't even peer pressure.
Did you even give a rebuttal, or you just like, okay,
Exactly. Hey, fuck exactly.
I can't
Here,
remember.
smoke this.
okay?
Yeah, what is it?
No, we was all in the moment. Music was playing, drinks was flowing, and here come this guy.
Like, let me try this shit.
We had like this
He
little.
just comes out the middle of the crowd like, hey,
Exactly. It was slow motion. There was a blood just appeared in his face.
wind was blowing.
But no, we used to have like this little like clique or whatever that we kicked it with at Capital One. We all collectively hated our job. There's like 2 of them still there that still hate their job. But we used to always just link up and just get drunk and high. And
Hey, sounds
live our
like my
best
type
life.
party.
Right?
Exactly. Boom.
Fun to me.
Did you?
I was trying.
Okay, well,
Just come back. Just come back.
Let's go, Rach.
I guess it's my turn then, right?
Yes.
All right, so, I love the Los Angeles Lakers. I went to jail for domestic violence.
I'm sorry.
No, that's the truth. I already know that.
And I was a webcam model.
Shit.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Motherfucker. Y'all didn't get that little. You said shit. Damn.
Oh no, yeah, D'Angelo,
song?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit. Damn.
Had to throw it in
That's a
there.
great song. It's a fantastic song. Whew. All right. I'm gonna say the lie was it because you can ask questions when you do the truth and the lie.
You can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't. You just gotta guess it.
Have
Oh,
to,
that's whack.
that's the rules.
I think it's the last one, man.
I want to say it's the last one, but the way she said I'm a Lakers fan, I felt offended.
Nah, it's
Like it could have been some bullshit, and I got hyped, and then just got let down, like a father that didn't show up.
Oh God,
Damn.
that hit.
I'm gonna let you pick this one. I picked the last one.
Extra extreme.
I'm gonna go with the cam model.
Is that y'all's final answer?
I'm on your team.
I know we on team.
Sure.
I never been in jail before.
Girl, what?
I've never been to jail.
I just knew you beat the fuck out
I
of me.
thought she did too.
I
was
did,
like,
but
she
I didn't say,
definitely
I
beat
never
somebody
said
else
I got
before.
arrested for this shit.
Okay. So first of all, big ups to loving the Lakers, but let's get to the meat.
You done started some shit.
Because you can't just brush past.
This is
I was a
now-
Dead
cam
ass came
model.
up with these with my mom.
This is the
come back. I
Noize
remember
show
mine.
Okay, so
I remember
we'll let
mine.
Kev get his, and don't think I'm gonna.
Yeah, no, we
forget
coming back to this.
that she would use on your girl 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so say my brother and sister, or my sister, say my sister was in a magazine, went to jail in Phoenix. Which one was it?
You definitely went to jail.
Yeah,
we was
it's the
talking
Black
about that
Man in
earlier.
Phoenix. That's no brainer.
And pink boxers, yes, that definitely happened because they do that out there.
Whoa.
Yeah,
They do.
They had you in fuchsia, bro?
nah.
You wasn't wearing the pink boxers?
You just got processed. You didn't go. Did you go to Tent City?
Y'all ain't even pick
Oh,
which
but I
one.
couldn't ask questions.
Y'all didn't even pick. Y'all didn't even pick which one was the lie or
Oh,
not.
okay, so
You
the
right, you
lie,
right.
let's see.
You go with this one.
So jail, sister stabbed, or what was the other one?
Magazine.
Oh, magazine.
Magazine.
You're super tall. I'm gonna have to go with the sister stab.
Nah.
The man is from East Cleveland.
I was gonna say, I think I heard. Didn't you tell that story
Did I?
on the show?
I don't think
On
I
the
did.
Bro, we're
episode?
80 episodes in.
Yeah, I
have no
don't
clue.
think I did. No, that situation, somebody was actually chasing me and my sister. And she like
With a
fell.
knife?
Yeah, she fell. She was mentally ill and she fell.
was
And
running
my
from
sister,
Michael Myers?
she
Right,
almost
I
got
want to
cut
know
up.
who this person is.
Yeah.
Who was this person?
East
Black
Cleveland.
Michael Myers. That's why I was
Did you
Who
know
knows?
him?
No, I never
That's why I
knew.
was
We
a
were
knife.
at the playground. Yeah.
You were kids?
Yeah, we were kids.
Oh, my
Shit when
God.
we left. Yeah. The lie was actually me going to jail in Phoenix. I almost went to jail in Phoenix for something that I didn't even do. Went to the military base with my friends, and when you go to the military base, they do a background check and everything. It's somebody in New York with the same first and last name as me, same birth date, but their security number or social security number is 1 digit off.
Wow.
That
How
person,
the hell did that happen?
I don't
Why
know,
did that
because they
happen?
thought it was me. They were about to lock me up in military prison for something I hadn't
Don't
did
get thrown in
nothing.
the brig. You
Yeah.
all kinds of fucked up.
So that
You'd be
was the lie.
ain't
I didn't go
even
to
in
jail.
Service.
Damn. Yeah,
That's
they put
crazy.
niggas in pink
Yeah.
underwear in
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Arizona.
Did
Pink
you go to
underwear?
Tent? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this place called Tent City. You're literally in tents.
They don't let
What the fuck?
Sky from Black Ink went to jail
She
out
was in
there.
Tent City,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was in Tent City.
And
That's
they let
crazy.
you, like most of the time, depending on what you did, they let you do work release.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, your ass just in there. 'Cause she was in there for a DUI, right?
No, it was some fraud type stuff.
Oh, we coming back. We gonna talk about all that.
No, Charles, I ain't forgot.
We gonna talk about all that.
I
all that.
swear, I ain't got no story
I'm
like
coming.
that.
I want to know. You was out here
I have an
jiggling
interesting
titties.
life. What can I say? Nobody knows these things. Well, yeah.
Well,
they,
now we do.
They do know. I get threats all the
I
time.
want to know too.
We waiting on you.
Why are we not talking about
It will
this?
get quiet in this motherfucker real quick.
Straight crickets.
Shit, I just jumped on the webcam. I mean, what else is there to say?
Oh, okay.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I got
like,
a lot of questions.
you do?
Yeah.
You didn't know?
I knew, but we never went into detail.
Oh.
What's your question?
So
Well, my name is Rocky Love. That was my.
Your Googles just went up. Just know
I'm not on
that.
there anymore.
No,
but
my-
I could jump back on real quick. It's nothing.
Get
my
money.
question, because I got some trips I need to pay for. So,
Oh.
is there a plus size area to
Oh
this?
no!
This
Wait a minute.
Dead ass, like on everything. When you go on this on this site, there's something for everybody. I'm talking
Oh,
about there was
shit.
this fat white bitch in underwear just sitting there at her computer table.
I'm thinking she's about to
Getting
ask
views.
detailed questions, dive into it.
trying
She
to
was
figure out how
like,
she
"Yo,
made
can
that
I get
coin."
on?" She was like, "Can I get on?"
Put me on.
What?
Yeah, shit. I mean, it was fun. You can go on there and you can literally do whatever you want. You really don't got to do shit. And
So you can go in
just
there and
sit
read like a Dr. Seuss book if you want to.
You fucking could. And
That's
as long as you
crazy.
make it look good, put a little lip gloss on. You're
Lip
getting
gloss
paid.
on to read Dr. Seuss.
And I didn't do it for very long, but I got to the point where I had like followers where like every time I would like log in, they would
Ding,
come
ding,
in.
ding, ding, ding.
Right.
Same people.
I'm like, what do you do for a living? Because
Wait for Rocky to
Beat his
log
dick
on.
to somebody naked, reading Dr. Seuss.
and lip gloss.
Getting lip gloss. What the hell you think I'm here for?
yeah, so yeah, it was. I'll do it again because it was.
I got some stuff I need to take care of. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, this domestic violence thing. What was up with that? Domestic violence and DUI. Seems like you a rebel.
I never had a DUI.
No?
No,
I thought you just said you had a DUI.
No, I was talking about somebody else.
Oh.
Yeah, I never had a DUI, but I have almost hit a police car, drunk. It was sorry, mom.
No, we're not gonna get into her drunk stories. My bladder can't take it.
Sounds like these are some great stories.
Right.
They are hilarious.
The domestic violence stuff. I was mad.
That's the reason I was mad.
I mean, and that's the end of
I,
it.
I told that specific person, like, look, just come correct. Like, I can't handle it. And they obviously was like, I accept the challenge, and they obviously failed.
And you were like, finish him.
Right. I was like the guy on Street Fighter with them long nails that be climbing on the fence, like
Baraka?
that guy. Yeah. So yeah, I was mad. And
I was mad.
started going upside people's head.
All right.
I was mad, Your Honor. That's why I blacked his face up.
And I do it again.
Or you feared for your life. That's like
That's a
A1
get out of jail free card. Yeah.
That's why I would have had a lawyer, because I would have been like, yeah, I'll do it again. Okay, you're going to jail.
That ass would have been in the courtroom like, oh my God, I can't even help this.
Don't let that person have been there too. I should have fucked you up. Like, I would have went off.
Just lock this bitch up, please. Thanks.
I need a vacation. Shit.
Dead ass, I'll be wanting to go to jail sometime.
Like, how
or
can
to a
I get,
mental
like,
hospital, like,
check
can I have a
myself
break,
in?
please?
That's vacation.
Please. Hell yeah, I don't gotta do shit but stare at
What?
the wall.
Right.
I'm good. That's
I
how
can see
hectic
RTB
my
on
life
the
is.
don't
street
have
corner
no
doing jumping
issues.
jacks, butt naked, eating a Slim
No,
Jim,
I
trying to
ain't saying I was
get
mental.
trying to get locked up into the mental
No, I'm
facility.
gonna call him and be like, yo, something ain't right. Come pick
What
me
you
up.
need to do is take one of them psychedelic trips that y'all was talking about and go out in public.
What it needs to be right.
Drop some LSD or some acid. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just go to 7-Eleven and
right.
just
Yeah,
Take,
sit there.
take your ass to
stand
Sam's
in the special
Club.
machine.
Just go to 7-Eleven, sit there in the middle of the aisle.
It's
Just sit
hella
there.
shit that can turn.
Singing What's Happening by Yin Yang Twins. Just going in.
I will
Wow.
damn sure do my little time to get away from the world.
Sometimes you need a break. Yeah. And it can work in your favor, because if you get put on papers and you do some shit, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so I have a story to tell, and I'm only gonna say this because I know this person ain't gonna listen to this show.
Oh.
Not saying
what's their name?
Not saying y'all ain't buzzing.
Well, what's their name?
I ain't gonna put her name out there because I know people that
Well, we'll
know
find
her
out
are gonna
after.
listen to the show. I'll
Is it
tell
the
y'all
girl
after.
whose man shitted in the bed?
No.
Okay.
Yo!
No, they listen for real.
That still bothers me every day.
So this
That's
girl that I
bullshit.
went to undergrad with, she, you know, when people they want attention, they cut their wrist. Like, oh, I'm gonna commit suicide. So she did the slight wrist cut. She took like 3 Advil. She was, you know, she was really working
I
on
swear
it.
to God.
But the way, you know, it got brought to me and my
3 Advil.
Nigga, that's candy.
It's just shit. I'm like, the fuck?
so she
What you want to do?
she allegedly
Your muscles?
attempted
Like, what did you
suicide.
do?
She allegedly attempted suicide. And of course the school had to take it like super fucking serious. So she ended up going to the psych ward. One day we went into the
I
psych
just have
ward.
visuals. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it was just
I'm
as silly
listening.
as it looks in your head, I promise. One day we went to visit her in the psych ward, and you know, like the little gowns that they give you? She tricked this motherfucker out so clean.
She bedazzle her gown.
Like, no, not even. Like, the way she wrapped it around, like, it looked like some Wakanda shit. I was like, yo, she's like, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna make this shit work. I'm like, you tried to kill yourself. That's not the important thing.
Like, what you
Who
want?
are you looking good for? There's a nigga down the hall right now screaming for no fucking reason. And you out here in a sundress. Fuck out of here.
She had one shoulder out. Like,
No, that's exactly what it was. Even had cleavage on the motherfucker. I'm
Damn,
like,
she really
she had time.
Yup.
She had time.
Oh, wow.
That shit was insane.
She's like, I'm not about to be up in here with no shape.
No,
Fuck you
Lord.
thought.
when I go in for my
That's
vacation
funny.
to make my gown into something nice.
But then again,
That's
she may have
funny.
really tried to kill herself because she was in there trying to pull one of the crazy motherfuckers. Like,
Oh, yeah, there's something wrong with her.
Hey,
She was
but-
trying to catch a check. Shit.
she could be a freak. I feel like a crazy dude probably give you the illest stroke ever. He just in that
Boy.
motherfucker. Just,
Look, I got 2 kids by a mental motherfucker, so
see?
I know.
And she married him. I think.
No,
I'm about to say, maybe too much in your business. My bad.
No,
Not
that
that
one's
nigga.
straight. I'm talking about
But
that first one.
you let him hit at least twice.
Yeah, that nigga
uncovered,
is
so.
that shit crazy.
Yeah, that nigga's crazy.
She was hilarious, dog.
Fucking crazy.
He has a van with curtains.
Yeah, I may, depending.
He was in that
I may
motherfucker
show
like-
you guys the video afterwards, but that motherfucker's
Hold on.
crazy.
Wait, time out. What video is this?
It was a video of him.
He was going off.
I wasn't doing anything with him.
I was about to say, like,
calm down.
Yeah, I'm like, what kind of video is
No.
it? What did we walk into?
I only have
I was
debit,
like-
but I don't know.
in that
Pay
case,
Cash App, Venmo,
Right. We got it all.
PayPal.
I bet he was
No.
tearing that thing up like Las Vegas construction. Wasn't he?
No, none of that. That would have never been caught on tape. Hell no.
Please.
It was just some shit he just posted on his Instagram recently that
I
was just
immediately feel like we haven't lived, Kev. We don't have any good enough stories.
Well, I'm
I feel
almost
like she was
40,
dating
so.
somebody that just sit there and eat paste. just eat
He
it.
kind
He
of
probably
like
he probably
would.
sniffed this shit. I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
He wasn't like that when I was with him. He started fucking with white bitches. And
Power of the pussy.
There
I'm
we go.
telling you. Make a man
You know,
crazy.
Kanye shit. Anyway,
Now
we're
you're
gonna move
doing
on.
jump rope with extension cord.
Gonna move on.
All right, so we got our little icebreaker then.
Yeah, we seem pretty, warm with each
Everybody
other.
warm?
That
All right,
was
good.
fun. So I want to kind of add in something just extra into the show. So since
Here we go.
Battle of Texas.
flipper flapper, I don't know. So,
What the fuck?
words. All right. Since this
mean
is Battle of the Sexes, what we're gonna ask is like we're gonna be an open book, and we're gonna ask you guys to ask. We're gonna be representatives of the Black woman. Ask us anything, and we're gonna do the same.
And we mean anything.
Almost anything, I think.
Why you look at me though? Like I had some extreme
I
questions.
literally just did like this.
Not even you. She was like,
Oh.
she looked at me like, oh, this is Rach I'm talking about. She was like, let's put a filter on that one.
Well, ask. Go ahead.
Oh, we jumping into the question.
Right.
now.
Yeah. What's the question?
What's the question? If you could ask any question about a Black woman, no filter, what would it be?
Kev, you want to jump into this one first?
He thinking. He got the think face on.
That's the think face. Why do Black women
Scared.
No, I'm just joking.
why do Black women shit on other Black women? It could be about anything, but when a Black man does it, it's different. Like we don't. I'm trying to find an example. It was somebody recently.
What you mean?
Like let's say Rachel's doing something good, positive. We have Black women that will talk shit about what she's doing because they're not doing it.
Right.
And I don't understand why. Why is that?
That'd be a
But if
whole
I
ass
was to
social
do
media
that,
beef.
if I was to do that to her, I would get dragged. You know what I mean? Like when men do it, it's a problem. But
It's,
when other
you
women
putting the
do
Black
it,
woman down.
you
blah,
right.
blah,
But
I
when,
get
but
what
when
you're
women
saying.
do it, it's okay. Why is that?
No, go ahead. This is back
Double
to
Dutch.
slavery thing.
Right. You already know. All
This
right.
is her
bet.
lane.
Well, one thing is if you're secure in yourself as a woman and you see another woman doing something, one, you're not going to shit on her. Because if Brandy over here doing something positive, I'm going to pick her up because you deserve it. Why am I mad? If I'm mad, that means I got some shit going on with myself. I need to check my drawers.
So you think it's more so the person? They
Yeah,
got
it's
shit
going to be the
on.
person.
Okay.
It's jealousy, that's insecurities, that's what that is. But on top of that, if we want to go back to the slave mentality of not wanting to see that person be better, you know what I mean? Oh,
I get
you
what you're
think you're
saying.
better.
I get what you're saying.
Just because you're doing something with yourself. Oh, she going to college. She thinks she better than us. No, that's your insecurities because she never said that. So that crabs and barrel stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
That.
It makes sense.
And that's on an individual basis because me, when I see
Yeah, I
another
don't
Black
see it.
woman doing their thing, I'm hecka proud. Like, let
Big
me
ups
step
to
my
you.
game up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
My next question.
Like your sister. Shit, the bitch got a book. Let me step my fucking game up. Why am I gonna be mad?
She got like 30 degrees.
Yeah. Let
I'll
me
be
step
like,
my game up.
Looking at my one like.
I got 29 to go. Like, step your game up.
In terms of like people coming at men for doing that, I think that again goes back to the whole mentality of, okay, let me back up a little bit. Monique actually brought this up when she came at Leonard, aka Charlemagne, when she said that he was the guy from, I can't think of the name of the movie.
12 Years a Slave.
Was it 12 Years a Slave?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was the
No,
other
it was
one.
the one that nobody saw.
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation. So, you know, he was
And
allowing...
everyone saw Django.
Girl, I saw that twice in the movie theater. He was allowing Mr. to sleep with his wife. And so that's coming from a place of all these years not standing up for the black woman. So and I'm one of those people but I'm also, if it's a woman coming at another black woman, I'm gonna check her too. But if it's a man, I'm gonna check her too. Like it's both sides for me,
Right.
you know. But I do feel like it comes from that place of
Not being able
to protect us. It goes the roots on that one is really deep.
Right, and having someone of a different race put on a pedestal while...
Yes, that has a lot to do with it, too,
Right.
because interracial relationships are so open now. I mean, you're going to love who you love, but in the meantime, don't forget about your black-ass mama, your black-ass grandma,
Right.
black-ass auntie, sisters, cousins, you know, whatever. Right. And a lot of times black men do that. They put the other race on the pedestal and look at us as...
Like we ain't nothing.
We're not nothing, or we're too difficult to handle, or too difficult to love. And so that's basically where it comes from.
Yeah.
Can I ask like a 1B question with that? I know we got like 3, but just kind of, oh shit. Just to kind of like add to what Kev was saying. I agree. And I've definitely seen, you know, a lot of statistics and a lot of conversation about it that y'all really are the most disrespected and unprotected people on this planet. Definitely agree with that. Now, with the disrespect or with the calling out or whatever that a woman does to another woman, but if a black man does it, it's just completely whatever. Why is it more acceptable for the opposite side to happen? Why is it more acceptable that a black man can get drugged through like you can get on your Facebook right now, scroll for half a second. You're going to come across at least 3 black women talking mad shit about black men. But keep scrolling. You're gonna take us some time before you find a black man talking about a black woman, because y'all know how to choose the men that's gonna be in your life. So a lot of
Not exactly.
well, at least when it comes down to relationship, that's a whole nother thing. Why is it socially acceptable to drag black men both publicly and in private, but that shit's just cut off if a black man does it?
I think because women are more emotional. And I know sometimes the way I deal with my anger personally is lash out with words, because I can't run up on everybody and hit them.
You can.
No, I can't, because I'll be fighting all the time. So I think it's more because of the emotional. Now, would I get on Facebook and if me and my husband are into it and drag him? Absolutely not. I think that's the dumbest shit in the world when they get on social media. Don't nobody give a fuck about your problems. Work that out. We don't care. Like, we here to talk about Kanye. That's all I'm saying. But I think it's because it comes from a place of emotion and not knowing how to handle that. See, men handle, like you guys just said, when men meet each other, it's just like, oh, we link up over this, because emotions don't really attach as quickly as with women. Like you got to take in consideration hormones, stuff like that. Our body is equipped. Shit, I just did the same thing.
It's easy. It's super easy.
Our body is like equipped with all these baby making hormones that go crazy, and it ties into our emotions. So
I kind of don't agree.
Of course you don't. Go ahead.
I don't, because at the end of the day, that's still a human being, and that's still our black man that's being drugged.
And I get that. I
just want you to understand that no one thinks like you. With that right there, let me just put that out there right now. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, but I was going to get to that, because I was going to say that that's the general consensus. Now, there are black women out there who will not drag a black man for that simple fact that this is the black man. I'm not going to do it. Society's already doing it. She's one of them. But me, if Tristan Thompson's fucking up, I'm dragging his ass. I don't give a fuck who he cheating on. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, that was just some fucked up ass shit, regardless.
But it makes it worse because he is a black man, and it's going to be highlighted, all the negative things that comes to him, that
now,
he does.
Dragging an individual for their individual, decision, I completely get that. I think no one's off limits for that.
Right.
But there's a consistent generalization of black men
I
being
see what you're
drugged.
saying. So, like, if you scrolling on your Facebook and you see niggas ain't shit.
Niggas ain't shit.
Gotcha.
Is this nigga did this nigga did
Because
that, and all of a sudden,
that's what society has been conditioned to think. So we're being trained to see that as normal. And that's the truth. Is the normalcy is black men ain't shit. Black men don't take care of the kids. Black men this. So when you see that shit on their timeline and you already have it in your head that on the news we seeing how many so-called black dads aren't in their children's lives, that shit's normal. Scroll. So it doesn't mean anything. They're trying to normalize certain behaviors and certain things that really are not. So when we see it, it's kind of like seeing a flower. You see flowers all the time.
As far as like the constant promotion of it, I agree there. But as far as it, and I'm not saying that you said it was specifically just off of the promotion of it, but where I do disagree is, and I saw it on a meme, that there isn't a black woman out there that you can approach that wasn't extremely fucked over by a black man. That's the unfortunate side of it.
But it happens on both sides.
It happens on both sides, but I mean that was one of our later questions. I'm just sticking with this one. You know, unfortunately, every black woman does have a story. I haven't seen not one black woman that didn't have a
Just angry.
that didn't have an unfortunate situation because of a black man. But it's because of that we're generalized. So then when they get a good one, they don't even recognize they have a good one. It's just like, fuck you, you a black man, you gonna fuck me over eventually, or I'm gonna get you before you get me. And then I just said this on somebody's status earlier today. That's how the cycle continues. If you're not gonna at least allow this person, like you don't have to trust them, but at least give him the shovel to bury himself with it. If you're gonna allow this person to do that, already be set up to get out of it without there being too many issues. But if you're gonna come into this and just automatically make him that person, no matter what goes wrong in the relationship and the friendship, whatever the case is, no matter what goes wrong, it's going to be his fault solely because he's a black man.
And you know what the funny thing about it is that, like, I have white friends who are women who only date black men now because we're dating white dudes and they fuck them over.
Right. And
they also throw their women in like meat grinders and shit. So
that's exactly that's what I was gonna say. You know, because but what's highlighted is how the black how many times has a black man messed up. That's what's being highlighted. Yeah. We're not talking about these white motherfuckers that are chopping people up and putting them in the fucking freezer. These white men who are beating their women. These white men who are bringing over immigrants to be slaves in their house. These fucking white men who are beating and molesting their fucking children.
Go off.
I'm just saying, that's not highlighted, but every little thing the black man does is highlighted. Why?
And it's unfortunate that, like she said, we're conditioned to be like that. That's a separation thing, and that's not gonna change.
White men out here making Becky bacon.
Oh God!
It's getting real in the field.
Not eating bacon ever again.
Good. If that did it, so that's a commercial right there.
Becky bacon.
Yeah, you know.
Becky bacon on sale. Get your Becky bacon.
Look real meaty.
No flavor.
Yeah, they be eating whole people. I mean, like what type of shit is that? And I just watched this thing on YouTube and it said the top 10 most dangerous inmates. They were all white. There was like one woman in there, all white though. There was a dude that had his eyeball tattooed black.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, I seen that guy.
Yeah, he was on there, and
That's
this
weird as
dude
fuck.
that was in Russia. I think they made a movie about him called Citizen X, but he was a serial killer. The woman on there killed 7 men, but it's just like how she killed them.
Did you see the dude that had like the horns? He had like 4 horns implanted on his forehead. He killed and started eating his landlord.
Oh,
You ain't see that dude?
If you want free rent, and that might be the way to go. Hey, like
saute her
fuck
in
this
garlic
rent.
butter.
A little bit of Becky bacon, you ain't gotta pay shit. You gotta pay nothing on your
Kill her.
rent.
You could have, like, kissed her in certain areas for the free rent. Damn.
Shit.
Chop the bitch up and start eating her.
He was
like, it's
hungry.
not
He
fair.
was hungry.
He was like, no rent and I need to eat.
He was upset, killed her, worked up an appetite.
Killed 2 birds with one stone.
Damn.
Only
Like,
literally.
like you know, and that shit is not highlighted.
I really think that is it, and that's one of my main frustrations is just in general, black people, everything that we do is always just like
Negative,
highlighted as
like-
something that's negative, like, or if
And it
we're-
being specifically us at that.
Yeah, or if we do something great like Mr. Shaw, who saved more people from being killed in Waffle House, we don't get props for that. Like,
Right.
it's fucked up. Like, so
we
that
got
the
the
whole
fuck-
system
like-
is just fucked up.
And
I haven't seen nobody congratulate that man.
Not even the president.
We did.
yeah, we did.
Well,
It starts-
outside of you
it starts
guys.
with us. But, you know, and I think it also begins with us is like when we stop making irrelevant people famous, that are not in our community. I'm just saying.
Like the Kardashians.
Like that yodeler boy,
I was
that
just
little
about to say that
yodeler,
little
whatever.
kid. It's a whole bunch of little black
He went to
kids. that could-
Coachella, and I'm fucking mad,
Right,
okay?
right.
Who the fuck is the yodeler?
It's some little
That
boy.
little yodel
He was
kid,
singing
you
in
know?
like Walmart or something.
Yeah, little white
then-
boy with the little boots, and you ain't seen that?
Nah.
And he was
Oh, I
singing
gotta
some
show you.
a ratchet ass song at that.
I gotta show you.
He was yodeling the ratchets. I gotta see
the
that
lyrics
shit.
for ratchet.
Yeah, I
as fuck.
gotta show you. Either way, that kid's paid now, and I get what
Yeah.
she's saying. Like,
We-
it's a black kid we could have put in that position.
Exactly.
Bruh, Cash Me Outside has a platinum plaque and a Billboard award.
And who
nomination.
made her fucking famous? Who did the remix? Who keeps fucking giving her views?
Niggas.
She thinks that shit is fucking cute. It's not.
Yeah.
And there's there's like a little 9-year-old doing the same
Oh, you
shit.
talking about the
Little Asian
old
girl?
Vicky,
Yeah.
whoever. That's her little sister.
That's her sister?
Yeah, the one who took the DNA thing and found out she has 44% African. Now she's just black. She's just
She's
running
not,
around
though.
saying she's black now.
That shit's a lie. That
Yeah.
shit's a fucking lie.
But people
We're
keep
making-
giving attention to it.
Right.
So,
Make the right people. Why aren't we praising these fucking scientists that are doing the damn thing? Praise these fucking kids that are making good music. You know, praise, kids that are actually doing something in our community instead of making these motherfuckers go viral and, fuck.
but we can go on and on
Right.
and on
You
about
already
that.
know
Y'all
I'll take my black jacket
I'm about to
off
say,
now.
Put away the black.
Sorry.
Let's move on.
Everything's about slavery.
With her, it always goes back to slavery.
Like,
and then, we'll
The price
record
of
a
burgers
show.
went up. Slavery
Slavery.
did it, and I'm going to tell you
Because
why. And I'm going to make
we'll
it
do
make
a show
sense.
and she'll say something. I'll be like, slavery. And then I'll be in bed that night like, damn, that do make sense. Like, fuck.
Wait, why I break down why I thought aliens were black to my mom?
Okay, let's go on to the next. We're going to move on to the next segment.
Yeah, I
will.
get
I want to hear that.
I'm about to say, I
wanna
will be
hear
asking
that.
about
We'll
this
do
when
that
this is
off
wrapped up. I got questions.
Because only white people are abducted, right?
Oh, God.
Only white people are abducted. We're their family.
Yeah, but they
Okay?
be like probing asses, and I don't think that's us.
Payback. That's called
No, but is they
karma.
really
Black
probing
dudes barely
asses?
like anal. I don't think we really.
No, I'm saying, is they really doing that, or did the white folks say they was doing that?
They probably tooted it up for them, knowing they ass.
Black
horrible.
aliens.
So are we like just going back and forth with the questions?
Yes.
Sonya? Okay, cool.
So
So we'll start battle list Texas. So we'll just start it, okay? So the first one is we're gonna debate why you should change your last name versus us changing our last
But you
name.
don't get your ass up out of here with that shit.
Change your name. If you want to get married, you have to change your name to my last name.
Nah, man.
Or we can nose Carter this motherfucker. But as far as like changing, I don't know about that.
Why?
Well, we both have a legacy that we want to continue on.
Start with this shit.
You have to.
Talk your shit, Los.
It ain't even gonna be that deep. That's the unfortunate part.
I was ready. I was your hype man.
He was gonna-
I
he
was
was
ready.
backing you
Like,
up.
let's
He
go,
was
man.
I was
ready.
ready.
We both have a legacy we want to continue on, and it's equal opportunity for both of us.
Oh, now we want to be equal.
Oh, again, if you haven't listened to the Noize, we are very pro-black women. Very pro-black women. We shut y'all down when we need to, but we're very pro-black women.
my pearls.
Welcome today.
But yeah, I mean, it's equal opportunity.
So you wouldn't change your name to your future wife's last name.
Couldn't say that. No,
So you don't want to be a Johnson.
don't know any Johnsons,
Start there.
You might know one. I'm just saying.
but Carlos Johnson, that's not gonna work
That
out.
Nah,
shit
that don't
sounds
sound
awkward as fuck.
It
It
do.
does.
I go by CJ.
So why won't you change your last name?
Let me ask you this: what do you feel a man should do in the relationship in the house?
Well, shit, he's supposed to provide and protect.
And that's exactly why I wouldn't change my last name.
Valid point.
I'm just saying,
quick.
I don't really want a man that's gonna be like, yeah, I'll change my last name. Like, I just
I'm
feel like
like,
it's gonna be some extra shit. like, yeah, I'll be a Martin. Like, I just feel like it's gonna be that.
No, I just feel like the man. I mean, the man, if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, or initially what he said he would do when he got into a relationship, then he shouldn't have to change his last name.
And if a man is offering to change his last name,
He might
just
be
his
a-
last name,
Yeah.
after he gets done busting your shit down, he's gonna bend over like me next. I feel like that's just a natural transition in that.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I didn't disagree with it. I just want to know, like,
Y'all both had this look like y'all fucked boy butt before. Everything cool here.
what?
Yo!
Did you see the face? Like,
Yikes!
Hell no. I just was like, I'm not
I'm
gonna.
just making sure.
Look,
Not
Just
gonna
making
touch
sure.
that.
Each his own.
Nothing about
But
that.
I ain't
Listen.
fucking no nigga's ass. I'm good. I'm so
Yo.
good.
Just saying.
I like the weird shit, but
No,
I
We already
you
got
asked
into
me that,
camming and all this other
like,
shit. I don't know where it stops. I don't know.
The buck
where's
stops
the
there.
cutoff?
I mean, please be specific.
The
Like,
minute-
what you mean?
If a nigga asks me, I'm
we're
probably
not gonna be together.
No.
That's not gonna be my man.
If a nigga asks me, literally my first response is a punch in the mouth. Like it's just gonna be a natural reflex. Like nigga, what the fuck? You
But-
actually fuck you in your ass.
But is it gonna re-enter your mind later on, like the slavery thing?
No, because
Like,
put like
shit,
2
that's-
fingers
I
in.
should have fucked his ass.
I stuck a finger.
Should have
in
made
it.
him my bitch. Yeah, why did I not think of that?
Ooh.
Boom, there it is. There's some
Gears are
unlucky-
turning.
There's
Gears
some
are
unlucky
turning.
asshole out there.
I mean,
That's
I am not
fuck me
gonna. I'm not gonna say no.
But
I'm
the,
just,
the fucking
but he
ass
can't
or
be
the
my
last name.
man. Oh shit! I don't know. Next question.
Have y'all ate ass? No.
Hell no,
I don't want to waste my
I'm
question.
good on
Don't you waste your question on that.
with ass.
So you asked the last question, right?
Yeah, I
Kevin?
did.
Okay. Trying to figure out a way to go about this. Here we go. Boom. Why are, not even why are, that's a horrible way to describe it. Why do women have expectations on men that they're not willing to meet themselves?
Because they're selfish.
Oh, okay. I figured it was that much. But
Yeah,
you know.
shit. They, or or they don't want to commit. They want somebody to commit to them, but they don't want to commit.
I need some examples.
Like, yeah, what are your expectations as far as what?
Okay. You're going out with your girls. Y'all having a good time. You're enjoying yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Your phone zzz, blowing the fuck up. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. He's like, what? This nigga know where I'm at. He see me on Snap. Yeah, it's an issue. As soon as you get home, it's an argument. You don't want your man blowing you up when you're out with your people and you can see that he can see that you're out with your people. Reverse that, though. It's 10:30 and the man is out with his people.
Damn.
And his shit blowing the fuck up.
Then that's her problem.
She need to check her securities.
Right.
And-
I think that in a relationship, you should be able to have time apart
Of course.
in peace. Shit.
Well, that was more of an insecurity.
Yeah, that's definitely
example.
insecure.
If I can switch it up. Trying to find a better one now, and I'm drawing a blank. I'm just gonna keep talking as if I'm saying some real shit.
Where your hype man at?
He just gave the fuck up, apparently.
Listen, you told me you wasn't giving him no smoke, so I just went to the back. I'm backstage.
So, there is an expectation for. Boom, prime example. I'm not gonna drop these people's names, but I have a friend that is like he'll have a female friend, and they're just cool. Been cool since the single digits. Like they're super tight. His girl has a problem with that, but his girl also has a male friend who goes only as far back as high school, and would tell the male friend really intimate details about their relationship. And I'm talking about introducing the opportunity to clown. And the male friend just so happened to clown my homeboy with a mutual friend of theirs. So it got back to my homeboy.
Damn.
And when it was addressed, she was like, I'm sorry that you're so upset about this little, tiny, not important thing. But had it been on the other foot, it'd have been World War III.
Yeah. Again, I think that goes back to women just being emotional type things. Me personally, my husband's friends that are women are my friends. I literally taken over those friendships, like, because I vibe with all of them. So it's always group settings when we go out. You know, it's never I'm gonna go kick it with Keisha by myself. Like it would never be like that, and vice versa. Like I'm not gonna go kick it with my boy without you. Like we're gonna do this as as a group. That didn't even sound right.
Sure did.
That's not what I meant.
But it did, though.
Fun.
I mean, we
Please
ain't talking
do
about that
tell.
right now. This ain't after dark. But
Hams, booty holes, and orgies. Come on over to
Let's do
Melanin
it.
Boulevard. You
but-
trying to be a pusher? Y'all trying to be a
Oh my
pusher
God,
out here? Take a trip to Melanin Boulevard.
Oh my goodness.
no, but like on some real shit. Like it wouldn't be a situation where we would disrespect each other like that. So I think that particular situation, they need to set some like ground rules with their relationship when it comes to that. Because she's dead ass wrong. Like it's just shit you don't go back and tell. I don't give a fuck if y'all been friends since kindergarten. When it comes to your man or when it comes to your woman, you don't go back and tell certain intimate things. That's what your girlfriends is for.
Right.
That's what your homeboys is for. You don't tell nobody opposite sex. What that does is it opens up doors and creates avenues.
Make it same sex. There are a lot of women who would still be upset that certain details were shared with the male friends.
But I would expect, like,
I
me
would
personally,
too.
I expect, I'm just saying, like, that's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say this on this show, since this is a battle of the sexes. Niggas don't do that.
They don't?
I swear, like, if it's a situation where a dude is fucking with a female, not no relationship shit, none of that. The most conversation is, oh girl that you brought over the other day. Did you hit?
Yeah, that's right. That's about as far as it goes.
That's about as far as it goes.
That's
As soon as
about
that's
as far as it
over,
goes.
as soon as
As
that's
over, we on to
we
something
have
else.
a long conversation about sports or just something random. Niggas don't really harper on bodies like that.
I think right now y'all not trying to break the bro code.
Not at
Because
all.
I have hella
We
brothers.
call
Nah.
ourselves out every day.
Yeah.
I have hella brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard them have them conversations with their boys, niggas being their feelings like, yo, she did woo wopty bam.
Well, no,
I
shit.
don't know how to
See,
handle
that's
that
different.
shit.
But that's
no,
different.
We're talking about gossiping about like
Yeah.
bodies
do you mean?
or
So-
If I come to him venting about some shit, that's
Then-
completely
then
different.
Of course, that's
You
different.
mean some
Talking about-
emotional shit.
Right,
Okay.
some emotional shit, of course, we
yeah.
can confide in our boy, but as far as, spreading the knowledge of who took down who, that's probably a 20-second conversation, if that.
Shit, not with girls. Not with women. We be like, oh, girl, let me tell you about
right
this
when we
nigga.
get in the car, like,
Woo!
shit.
Bitch, I can't even walk right now. Like, we go into detail. We do.
Yeah,
But,
we don't do that.
but again, the emotional, like, we have to get that extra.
Our detail is like,
Like-
yeah, she whew. And that's the end of the conversation. That's just where
That's so
that's
accurate.
where it stops.
That's so accurate. This shit, yo. That's
Nigga,
about it.
yeah, it ain't even words. Yeah, you all right? Shit.
It's just a whole bunch of sound effects. Not one word be spoken. Just a whole bunch of noise.
But we understand that
Right.
she had some fire.
Right.
Got it.
You said
Well, you
something
learn
that
something new every day.
you
Right?
said something that made me think. You was using the word emotion. Why do women use emotion instead of logic?
Or
She's
she-
logical.
or
I'm
she-
hella emotional. Like, I'm throwing shit when I'm mad. I'm cussing. I'm acting. That's just.
Well,
have
I
to
mean,
get
when
it
you're
out.
mad, I get that, but I'm talking about let's say
Period.
let's say you're driving somewhere. You need directions.
Mm-hmm.
Some women will use emotion instead of pulling over and asking somebody for fucking directions. I'm just saying. I'm like.
I use Google Maps.
Well, I know that. I'm just trying to make
I
a
see you trying to
correlation
make
between
an
they don't use the
example.
logic. They use the emotion instead. Or we can go back to the last conversation with the opposite sex friends.
Mm-hmm.
Emotion is tell that woman that her husband or whoever is sleeping with that friend.
Mm-hmm.
But logically, if she was thinking right, she would know that her husband told her in the past X, Y, and Z about this person. So it's not gonna happen.
But that may not be true. There's also a flip side to it, because people lie.
Right,
And
you're
so-
right.
And with women, we have an intuition. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When my gut start percolating, some shit's going down. I already know. And I'm like, nigga, who you with? Come, bring your ass home. My gut percolating. Like, hang up. You know what I'm saying?
Attack my gut percolating. Shit.
I
My age,
Right,
horny.
soon as
I'm
he-
like,
soon as he see that.
oh, so she want me in them guns? That's what she's saying. I'm out of here, my nigga. You go ahead. I gotta go
Come
handle
home, I was
wifey.
like, I felt that shit. I know you was finna do
And that would
something.
instantly piss me off. Like, you
But
want
see-
me home for this? I was finna come beat your shit. God damn. I'm going back to the bar.
But see, this. Okay, we can use this for an example. He at his friend's house kicking it,
Mm-hmm.
right? No female around. There's some women that'd be like, I guess if they're insecure in their relationship, oh, I think he's out cheating on me, instead of using the logic that he's out with his boys. Why is that?
You know what? I actually went through that when I first got married, because my ex, and to put myself out there, I've only been in two real relationships. My first ex, and then I'm in my marriage now. But my ex did me so fucking dirty. Like, he would say he was somewhere and be a totally different place. And then I'll have my homies coming like, yo, I just seen this nigga with a bitch. Like, what the fuck? or
Women are like
That's when
MacGyver.
my logic gets going. I'm like, I'm gonna kill him.
right.
I'm like,
all types to call somebody. You bring some.
Can we
bleach,
just
bitch.
argue? Why we gotta go
Right.
straight
Nah,
to
fuck
murder?
that.
Yo, she was gonna cut
I'm
somebody.
sure
No.
you've had a warning. Don't do it. That was a
Yeah.
warning.
So, or he would do some shit like I actually had a bitch send me like we didn't have phones then, so she mailed pictures of my house to my
Put 'em in an
address
envelope. Like,
in an envelope. Then
Wait.
she took her time to go to
I got some
the
questions.
Rite Aid.
92
and
was
get
a
that
wild
shit.
ass year.
I got some questions.
I'm trying to tell you, she took her time to go to the Rite Aid and get some shit developed just to make it a point.
She had to wait 3 days.
Was she mad at you or
Was it
something?
an hour?
She was just
Was
letting it be
an
known
hour?
that she was up in my house. Like she literally, it was a picture of
was
her
outside with the
laying in
Kodak,
my
like,
bed
click, click.
with like half her breast exposed.
Click.
Like I'm dead ass
Yeah, yeah.
serious. I'm so serious. So when I got married this time, and it was many, many, many years because my oldest child was 11 when I got married to my husband now. So I still, when we got into that newlywed type, you know, I was just kind of like, where's he going?
So you brung the
The baggage.
okay.
Yep.
The same shit
and
I
a
just
lot
said
of,
earlier, I'm sorry.
So you probably won't, like if a woman has never been scorned before, you're gonna probably have a good relationship with her until you fuck her over, because she has no baggage with her. She has no, unless she's just batshit ass crazy.
Right.
But she has nothing sitting inside of her that's saying, I know he's cheating on me because this, that, and the third happened to me in the past. But most of the time, you're not going to meet a woman like that. Like you said earlier, you know, black women have been fucked over by black men, and they just carry that baggage with them. And that's goes down to the whole dragging them on social media, you know, because the minute you find out that nigga doing something, the first thing she gonna say is, I knew it. Niggas ain't shit. So that's where that come from.
30 likes, 40 hearts, 126 comments.
The eye emoji.
That's my favorite
Like
one. the
30
sign
eye
I'm like,
emojis.
Yeah, the eye emoji.
But yeah, that's where that comes from. It's just like we carry a lot of baggage. And literally, like I've been married almost 10 years now.
Hey.
And we're just now getting to a place where I'm starting to feel somewhat comfortable. I mean, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe so. But I don't come at him. Like, if you out with your boys, you out with your boys.
Gotcha.
Shit. Sometimes we want time alone. Shit.
Love laying in the middle of my bed. That's all I'm going to say.
Vocalize that shit, because a nigga would be sitting here like, should I come in?
Right.
You want me? I can come inside if you want me to. No? All right, I'm wait out here.
Like, nigga, go out with your friends. Okay, so second question we have is, does sexism in sports and music exist?
Yes. Very much so. Except this is going to be a very taboo statement I make, except in basketball. I have never seen a WNBA game go over 60 points. These are not the most entertaining games to watch.
That's what I was gonna say. Who's
got a
watching
point.
this WNBA with that
He
slow
got a
ass
point.
ball?
Now,
Yeah,
granted,
nobody
back in the
watching.
day, back in the Lisa Leslie days, the Rebecca Lobo days,
yeah,
that
when
shit
it
was
first started,
entertaining.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? LA Sparks was killing it. Now, it's boring as fuck.
Yeah. Nobody's watching because it was boring, not because they're women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Other than that, very much so.
Okay, give us some examples of, let's start with sports. Give us some examples of, like, sports that can be played by both, but they're not being watched because they're women.
I mean, shit, outside of basketball, I mean, shit, what other women's
I was about to
sports?
say, like, it's.
Outside of basketball.
Soccer.
Okay, because we just had a super nigga statement. Because right, 'cause there is soccer, there's tennis.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
tennis would actually be more of an example of more people watching women than it is men, because Venus and Serena own that shit.
I would say soccer too.
Really?
I would say soccer too.
I love.
Now,
I would say soccer in America,
now
not international.
are y'all watching for the sport of it or the fact that they got on little shorts and little skirts?
The sport, because the only person you can enjoy in little shorts and little skirts is Serena.
Yep.
Other than that, they're all built like this table,
Every last one of them.
looking like a bunch of
Except for when
gummies.
you watch the Olympics, like
Yeah, that's a little different.
Brazil.
But you know what? Even in the Olympics,
I was looking like, damn.
even in the Olympics, it's more entertaining to watch those sporting events, you know, with the women's basketball team. That's way more entertaining because, like, they're playing for the country.
Right.
And they're putting up numbers, and they're playing people who are just on a different level of athleticism. They're the best in their country. WNBA, not so much. Still trying to go back to the question you had and think of a sport that's not watched because of sexism.
What about boxing? Layla Ali was the only one, really.
But that's why. That's exactly that.
What's the girl
I don't
from
know. This might be a
Chicago?
hard one because I was gonna say UFC, but the women in UFC
Yeah,
are starting to get
they're
more
doing
popular
it.
than the dudes.
Yeah.
They're main event. They got billboards all over the fucking strip right now.
Well, what about music? Like,
Much better.
I don't even know if it was your podcast or someone else's, but they were talking about how, like, good music, like the rappers, like the rap beef, right? Between Nicki and Cardi, like, the cute rappers are what's popping right now.
That was our show.
Yeah. And so the rappers that are less attractive, Cash Doll gotta wear makeup, for example. She
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, you don't know who Cash Doll is?
No.
I feel so bad because I know exactly who it is, but I only know of her because of one asset, and the reason is in the name.
Okay.
Cash Doll? Mm-hmm. Well,
Cheeks. Oh, just sorry.
she's interesting. I think she's dope. I think she's dope. I mean, not as good as some other people, but she's more popular, but not as popular as like Cardi B and Nicki and all, everybody else. So where do you think sexism comes into play when it comes to music?
Can I piggyback off that question and give a specific example? Young M.A. Like, niggas was not fucking with her because she came out as a lesbian
Yeah,
rapper.
I don't know about
At
that.
first?
Yeah, like that one hitter, right? But niggas don't really fuck with her too much now. People was on, men were on social media dragging her.
But well, as far as the dragging part, that's wild. But as far as not fucking with her musically, what has she given us to fuck with? And we had this exact conversation on a few shows ago that she had the Ooh record, then she had the freestyle she did over Money, Power, Respect, then she had the Uncle Murder feature, and that was that.
Right, but here's what I think. I think that she took her criticism to heart, mainly from the male side. Because, like I said, niggas was really dragging her. Like, she had rap beefs with men. Like, I couldn't comprehend that.
Well,
Like, I get it.
in hip hop as the sport, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with rap beef between intergender, like intergender rap beef?
Who got a rap beef with Nicki Minaj? That's a man.
But why
Safari
don't
don't
Nicki
count.
Minaj?
Oh,
But-
who
but I mean-
got a rap beef with Cardi? Well, no.
But that's an honest question because we championed Rhapsody something ridiculous on that episode that we had. To me, Rhapsody can jump in any beef with man or woman and hold her own, if not demolish who she's going up against. And then I'm gonna shut up and let you talk because I feel like I'm
No, I
talking
was
a
just
lot.
gonna say to her point, hip hop is a male dominant sport, right? So when we get these artists, whether they look good or not, the content that they're putting out isn't for us.
It's unrelatable.
For Young M.A., for prime example, she's talking about using a strap.
And I can't relate to that.
We were born with it.
Right. I can't relate to that. You know what I mean? Now, if she was a different kind of strap, if she's talking about using a burner, that's different.
A gun?
If she's talking about that, that's
No,
different.
No, I knew what she was talking about. I knew what she was talking about. I was just trying to flip it like,
People still have.
If it
people
was
still
gun,
say
that's
straps.
something different. But for the most part, we can identify with that content. And being that hip hop is a male driven sport, that nobody can really identify with that content except for women.
And one,
But, okay, let's take out the lyrics about using straps, just her love for women. Y'all can identify with that.
Yeah, we can identify
You
with
can
that.
identify
Yeah.
with busting bitches down. You know what I'm saying? This is shit she was talking about. So there's a lot of, I mean, you ain't got to go into the toy detail, but there's a lot of stuff that she did talk about that was relatable for men and women. That's how I felt.
and I agree with that, however, I'm not familiar with the hate that she got. Now I know
Me either.
I know she got dragged for being lesbian.
That's
but
the hate I was talking about.
But yeah, but I think that was more so homophobia than it was sexism.
Which is it's still under sexism because it's to my point that no one could look past the fact that she was a lesbian woman out here rapping and actually look deep into her music. Like no one could get past that fact. So the sexism and the homophobic, they kind of play a part.
Is it the same thing for Big Frida?
Do you listen to Big Frida?
Can't say that I do. But that's because I'm not into house music.
You don't like bounce?
No, I'm
House, it's bounce. Get
boom.
it right.
Prime example. I don't even know what the fuck the shit's called. I'm not into bounce music. That's not my thing. Now, granted, I watch the fuck out of somebody enjoying bounce music, but as far
I
as
like big booties.
as far as me just walking into the crib and all that shit,
Yeah,
that's not happening.
I'm dusting the fuck out some shit when that's all.
Like that's just not happening. But it has nothing to do with you know, his sexuality is just this music's not for me. I personally fucked with Young M.A. I was excited for her, but then it just seems like after she gave me those 3 singles, her that's one thing that I'm big on, consistency.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be an artist, then you have to be exactly that. That's why even the white fans stopped fucking with Iggy. Because as soon as they got to her heart, she just disappeared. So it's like,
I fell asleep.
then there's that. But I personally thought Young M.A. was dope, and it's because she was as dope as she was, you were able to, in a sense, look past the fact that she's rapping about fucking people with dildos. Like the conversation we had on our show, when they're spitting, you'll rap along with them. You'll be quiet on the parts that they talk about that, you know, that you can't relate to. Like, yeah, no, and that, you know what I'm saying? You'll mumble past those parts, but other than that, for men, I can't sit here and say that it doesn't exist, because I personally know a lot of men that won't listen to a female MC strictly because of her being a female. But as far as success goes, I think it comes down to your content, because if these women weren't able to be successful, Nicki wouldn't have plaques. Cardi wouldn't have gone gold in a day. You know what I'm saying? Rhapsody wouldn't be up for a Billboard award.
We can even go further.
No, Grammy. She was up for a Grammy.
We can even go further than that. MC Lyte was killing shit.
Killing.
Well,
Queen Latifah was killing shit. So
I just don't think sexism was like that back then.
It was worse then.
it was worse than. This is why
It was worse.
No, girl.
This is why I think it's more homophobia than it is sexism.
There's a lot more homophobia in hip hop than there is sexism. Like, granted, they may not give you the respect off gate like they may, you know, with men, but once you earn that respect lyrically, like Nicki used to be super respected when it came down to mixtapes.
Yeah.
She dropped that first album, and they were like,
Biggie.
"Yo, this is pop. This ain't hip hop."
Right.
That's when the disrespect started. But again, going back to Big Frida, completely unaccepted in the hip hop community. Completely.
Well, because bounce music isn't really in the hip hop. It's literally, New Orleans feels like that's its own genre. Like, it's not really a hip hop thing. So I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't really, you know, vibe with it, because it's not really considered hip hop.
What's that other record? Throw That Boy Pussy.
What?
You ain't never heard of that song?
I don't want to hear a song titled that.
It's a real song called Throw That
I
Boy
remember
Pussy.
that.
The reason why I was saying it's more
Yo.
And you know what? There's a couple gay rappers coming up too. I think he was on Charlamagne's show on The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, that's the cat from Love and Hip Hop.
Him.
The light skinned one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Trina's cousin.
Where?
I think.
Oh no, you talking about the Love and Hip Hop in Miami?
Yeah, Miami.
Okay, I'm
Miami.
thinking the one you talking about L.A. The one who was secretly sleeping with the dude but had a girlfriend.
Milan and them.
Yeah, them. Because I was like,
know
we're
nothing
not
about
listening to
that.
him just from the show.
I don't know nothing about that.
No, the reason why I said it's more sexist than it is homophobic, because to me, when you say homophobia, it's like the same sex coming at you and you're like, oh, hell nah. You know what I'm saying? So I could see it being homophobic if Young M.A. was a man, you know, because then at that point you're like, this gay nigga out here rapping, you know, blah, 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 blah. But because she was a woman, to me, the fact that men were like gunning for her just because she was a lesbian, that was sexist to me.
It probably was some sexist elements. The reason I think it's more homophobia is because music is probably the only thing on the planet that everybody is listening to. Mm-hmm. Everybody has some form of connection with music. So for black men to have this connection with hip hop and then to have somebody come in with that type of lifestyle, it's like I think they think it's a personal attack to them. That's probably why it's shunned in hip hop. You know what I mean?
That's true. I see what you're saying. I see both sides of it. Mm-hmm. But from a woman's perspective, I just felt it was real, like, sexist.
I would say when it comes, the only thing sexist, at least this is my personal opinion, I'm not speaking for any other black man in the world. When it comes down to sexism in hip hop, I think it's the most present when they're coming through the door. Other than that, once you're in the door and you're showing them why you should be in the building, all that shit kind of goes away.
It just sucks because now you're fighting for your position.
Which is hip hop. Everybody's fighting for their position.
But you're fighting even harder than your average male.
I don't know. And here's why I say that. The reason I say that is no matter what the fuck you're gonna rap about, you are going to have an audience. With female MCs, their main audience is women and homosexuals. That's like out the gate. The only attention that they're fighting for would be the man's. But then once you and I'm not saying it's, you know, it's you could pay, that's passable. I'm not saying it's cool or whatever. It's fucked up. But it's like once you have that, and no one can take that from you. So in that sense, if even we're gonna go off of women working twice as hard, in that sense, yes, I would agree with that. But even women that aren't supported by men whatsoever, Nikki, is she not still thriving? She is.
That's
Trust
up for
me,
debate.
she is. When that album drop, it's gonna be garbage,
Well-
but it's gonna sell. It's gonna go platinum.
Right.
Like that's just without saying it. Trust me, that's not men buying it. Well, it's probably men, but again, it's women and homosexuals that really are into Nikki like that.
King Kong.
Right.
I'm King Kong. I didn't feel that shit. I mean, I was like, when Nikki said, "I'm King Kong, bitch, I'm King Kong. Hey, it's King Kong." I ain't feel that shit. Like that shit to me.
If Nikki was to rap like she did in Monster, and I always go back to this, if she rapped the way she did in Monster, that no one
she
could.
had Safari.
That's
Just saying. I'm just saying.
as long as they know a man didn't say that.
But
Two
that's-
different
I
voices.
say
So
that all the
shit.
time.
If
Every
she
time she
didn't
drops
have-
something, I'll be like, but she also had them during the pop album era too. So
But that was her like breakthrough because she had the mixtapes at first and she was going hard on those mixtapes. But to get to like mainstream people,
white people.
she had to kind of go pop a little bit.
little
Barbie, all that extra shit. She sold out. That's just what happened.
Oh, okay. I just had a flashback of some of the shit she used to wear. I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it our question?
It's your question.
Kev, you want to take this one?
Is it our question? I asked my question.
Oh,
He only had
I
one.
think it's your question.
No, it's y'all's
We
question. We
just
just
did
talked
y'all
about sexism.
oh, okay.
But how do we get to sexism?
I
we
just
asked
asked
the
the question.
Yeah, that
The
she,
emotion question.
no, she asked. You answered with a question.
Oh, I knew that.
Anyway,
It's a long. I have had a long day,
I'm right there with you, bro. I'm tired as the fuck.
man.
So, why heavy on the WH? Why is it that? Why do women act like y'all don't cheat?
Who acts like that?
What's cheating?
Oh,
Okay, well, better
No, I'm
question
just
because it goes a little deeper than cheating. Why do women act like they're not out here doing the exact same thing that men are doing, when in reality y'all are just way better at hiding it?
I mean, you just answered your own question. I mean, I don't think we really act like it. We just don't acknowledge it because we're just way better at hiding it. Babe, I'm not out here doing shit. I just wanted to let you know.
I feel like I saw him nigga. Hey, babe.
So shit you was talking on this here.
The reason I say that is me and somebody that was actually, cheated on multiple times. And now that was just from women that just didn't know what they was doing.
Shame on her.
You look at
Fucked the whole game up.
you look at exactly. It's like a running joke. It's like an inside joke that no woman speaks on, but they know like they out here doing them. Like there's somebody that I know that's currently married right now that told one of my closest homeboys that this was supposed to be you, and she was setting up to come see the nigga. She was setting up to come out here and give him the 90. She's married. But because we don't go through phones, because we don't, do all that extra shit unless we are absolutely insecure in what we got going on, that shit just goes by the wayside. And then when it does happen, it's not addressing, damn, I need to do better. It was, shit, I thought niggas wasn't emotional. I thought y'all didn't give a fuck. It instantly becomes a men are more emotional than women situation. So I've seen women with rotations. One thing with me is I have
rotations. I'm sorry.
or rotations, whatever you want to call. We call them a roster. We call them a starting five and a solid one coming off the bench, or James Harden, if you will. I've collected a shit ton of female friends, and that's only because for the conversation that we're having here right now, we can be cool outside of here. I'm not gonna try to fuck. I'm not gonna try to do any kind of extra shit. But because we have that connection, they're able to talk to me and forget that they're talking to another man. They'll, they slip into the girl. Boy, many a times.
I've had that happen.
Exactly.
before.
it's
That's
only
how.
because I only talk to girls most of the
Exactly.
time.
So
Like,
you don't expect to have that kind of deep conversation with a man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's because I'm so trusted. I've heard some wild shit, like some wild shit. I'll be sitting there like, I thought only niggas did that. Go figure.
Girls cheat like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I know.
mean, we definitely have what they like to call nigga tendencies, air quotes.
So since that one was so
there's
easy,
a fuck boy inside of all of us, not literally, but figuratively.
I don't depend on who you are. There's a fuck boy inside of somebody right
It's
now.
2018. That memo went out. Their fuck boy season is done.
So then, flip side, my new question would be, why is there so many excuses behind why a woman cheats instead of just being straight up? The same way you could say niggas think with their dicks, you was thinking with your clit.
Well, just like y'all niggas can't be straight up. Why? It's gonna be the same thing. I know if
And I meant to finish my sentence by saying without blaming men,
because
without
we're-
referencing
Because
men.
if someone's gonna cheat, they obviously have the same mentality. So we're gonna have the same behaviors. And I don't, I'm the type of friend that I'll tell my homegirl like, that shit's fucked up.
You understand you are a unicorn, right?
Trust me, I know.
I haven't met or interacted with a single woman that has said, I wanted this because I wanted some outside dick. I've never heard a chick just come out and say, it's always, he wasn't doing this, he wasn't doing that.
I'm super honest, but
Kev, you might as
You're
well just hit
next.
your stand, bro. Just go for it.
Already hit mine.
All right, we all four of us.
Equality.
so me personally, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you a warning. Like, look, hey, you're not paying attention to me. I'm not feeling this shit. I need some more attention, or you don't take me out. You hang with your boys too much. I feel neglected. Blah 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 blah. You get your warnings. After a while, I'm gonna be like, look, I feel like I want to fuck somebody else. That's how you make me feel. So that's just your heads up. Either you get your shit together, or I'm about to throw the deuces up.
So what about the women that cheat because their dude is boring? It's because they don't do that foul shit. They always want to spend time with their girl and all this other shit.
They're just dumb. They don't know how to treat people. We know a girl who specifically was cheating on her fucking man, and he was such a good fucking guy. The shit used to piss me the hell
I'll
off.
tell you something about that hoe when we leave here.
Oh,
Why can't we hear? Tell me. Shit.
no, and
I hear about this trifling ass, bro.
he was a good guy. Like that shit hurt my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fuck with her because of that. I'm not about to sit back and watch you fuck over this black man, and he's doing the best that he can, and he's there for you. This nigga babysitting while you out fucking cheating.
But while you're saying that, there's a lot of women listening to this show right now that's saying there's no such thing as a good nigga. He probably was cheating too.
Then
That's
they need
bullshit.
to fucking check themselves. They're choosing the wrong people. We know when we choose fucked up people, that's our bad.
So here's my thing. I like to go more mental because I feel like just how we feel like women, like how I said, women carry baggage. I feel like men carry baggage.
Yeah,
too.
they
Most
do.
certainly.
They
But
definitely
it may
do.
Most
not be
certainly.
necessarily from another woman fucking them over. It could be, mom's not paying attention or some shit that happened to when you were smaller,
Mm-hmm.
So, but as women, what we don't realize when we get cheated on is that nigga had baggage. Like, we got to get down to the root cause of what happened. We
Right.
just be like, oh, fuck this shit, I'm out.
We
know what
take
I'm
it
saying?
personal.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's not personal. I can only speak for myself, and kind of what I've been through is when this person cheated on you, or they continue to cheat on women, it's because they don't value women. It's not you, but they don't value women because of how they were treated from small. Same thing with women is when they're popping off and doing extra stuff, and you think it's because, they don't trust men. That shit boils down to something bigger than that. Like, your daddy did you wrong, and now I knew it. You niggas ain't shit. That shit, everybody got issues. Everybody had, if you have a cracked foundation, you can't build a house. So, just get to the core of it.
I think it's just across the board. If you are bored with a motherfucker, male or female, then you need to either try and fix it or let that person go.
Right.
Why are you going out, opening your legs or sticking your dick in somebody else when you could just be free to do it
Right.
without having to answer or feeling guilty? And we all know it's that whole adrenaline rush,
But
shit
if you
like
keep
that. But
doing this shit, like you keep
karma's a
doing this
bitch.
shit,
That's how I feel.
ooh, that's
Karma is a bitch. Let me tell you about that bitch. She will fuck your whole world up.
She ain't got no manners.
None. These hoes don't have no manners. Have you been listening to
Of course, why'd you explain that? Shows ain't got no manners.
These hoes ain't got no manners. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like, I don't know. I honestly cannot answer the question of why women try to flip it or try to hide it or
Because they don't want to take accountability for themselves. That's personal.
And a lot of times it has to
What?
do.
I've thought that so many times.
You can't
To
blame
hear a
someone
woman
else for
say
your
that is
actions.
crazy.
You cannot blame someone else for your actions. If you chose, you can't say, "Oh, this person made me do that." No one can make you do anything.
Yeah. I think that I just lost my train of thought, so I'm gonna do what you was doing a few seconds ago. Just talking through it because it's right here on the tip of my tongue, and
Bars.
I cannot figure out what the fuck I was going to
keep
say.
going.
So next.
Never mind. Thought it was gonna make its way back.
Damn it. What? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of times for women, it's a comfort thing. Like, he may be the breadwinner, but he's just not satisfying you sexually or mentally stimulating you, and you're scared to go out on your own. And
you should have been saving money.
I mean, but a lot of women don't think like that.
Should have been fucking him before y'all got together.
I mean, sometimes,
Bruh.
sometimes the stroke game get whack. I'm just saying. No, it does. Sometimes the stroke game gets whack.
Nah, niggas just get lazy.
That not to happen.
No, I'm good. We Gucci.
I said that's why she's 10 years in. Exactly.
We Gucci over here. But I've had some people say, and I've actually had like friends I went to high school with who are married and are still married to that person, and it's like, yo, the sex is whack as fuck now.
I'll be
but it's
sliding
because
his
they're
ass
not mentally
CMOS,
connected.
like, drink
But you know what
this
though?
CMOS, babe.
That circles back to expectations. Now you're saying the sex is whack. Like, so what you want to do? You want me to swing off the fucking ceiling fan
Yes,
and
absolutely.
land you on some
This
Tarzan shit?
and Jane
Because if
this
that's what
shit.
you're gonna do, I want you to sit on the dick and spin like a top.
You got it.
Let's go. Let me get
Exactly.
the
But that's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as it
But
gets
I
to that
think
point,
like that's your duty as like if you're in a relationship is keep
it fresh.
popping.
Like,
of
yeah.
course, definitely.
Right,
But
but-
what I'm saying is there's an expectation for only the man to keep things fresh, and that gives a woman enough reason to go cheat with Christian Grey. Is that the nigga's name?
Who?
Who's Christian
Boy,
Grey?
that is a white boy.
Christian Grey?
You could have a better example than that.
Well, I don't
Girl
know.
from
I don't know
50
anybody.
Shades.
Can you name somebody from a Zane novel? Exactly.
I never
I'm sure there's a Dante or something in there,
Yeah.
but still.
Tyrone. I don't know. Yeah, I just think that, like I said, I have friends who are like, oh, the sex is whack now. And of course, my first thing is like, well, what are y'all doing to
Right.
spice it up? Like, try something new.
Yeah, go to the store. There's a lot of those.
Try something new. Like, and then the people be scared to step out of their element. And then that's how the relationship just starts crumbling because nobody wants to work to fix the shit. So now you cheating, he cheating.
And
y'all-
now somebody got trichonoma.
Kids getting fucked up now. Did you bring disease?
I'm just saying that's what happens when you
Maybe mono, but I don't know. Right.
Did you say trichomonas?
whatever.
Yeah, that's some nasty shit that you can catch, just so y'all know. It's real. But yeah, so it's just like nobody, cheating just, it's like, it's so many facets to it, So much stuff can happen to cause someone to cheat, but I don't really think a woman wakes up in the morning, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't really think a woman gets out of bed in a happy relationship, a healthy relationship, is like,
I'm gonna get some dick today. Boom.
yeah, right.
Yes, they do.
You want this dick or not? You better go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
In a happy relationship and comfortable, and I don't, normally women don't unless they really have like an issue with sex,
Yes. Now
and that's a problem.
a whole different topic.
and that's okay. We can talk about it.
Okay, deal.
But-
we'll talk about that another time.
Propose an open relationship. I'm just saying. And it don't have to be like, all you gotta do is spice it up. I'm gonna just shut up.
Kev looking like, what sex
It
problem?
just went left, like just the
I
conversation.
rarely, say that, certain things with men ego, because a lot of times it's not ego. But that situation, that would never work for a man. An open relationship, because the ego is completely.
Oh yeah,
toxic.
that would
all the
never.
time.
He'll fuck everything under the sun. As soon as he hears you got
You
some
may
dick,
not have-
Yeah, it
It's
would
like,
have to be a
whoa.
one-sided open relationship.
And why is that so one-sided? Why can y'all dish it but can't take it?
Wait, we can't give away a question.
I'm sorry, but
was that the next
It
question?
was it was y'all turn.
I mean, it can be. Why can y'all?
Oh, actually, we could just go ahead and skip to it.
Oh yeah, number 4. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Go ahead, that's you.
All right. So poly relationships. You're okay with having yourself and then having 2 women, right? Would you be open to being a brother husband?
Nah. Nah, that's
We
not
gotta
gonna
get a
fly.
patent put on that one, brother husband.
I'm about to start a show. Y'all got sister wives. We got brother husbands over here.
Can't say that I would.
Yeah, me either.
But you would
wouldn't-
be okay with 2 wives.
I can't say I would with that either, honestly.
Why not?
Interesting.
Because y'all are a fucking headache.
Aw.
Why do I want 3 of those?
That's true. I mean,
And when a dude cheats, he doesn't go out and get another girlfriend, even though she's around constantly because she's the side. He doesn't go out and get another girlfriend. He just goes get something to pump here and there.
Right.
He's not going to enter because once feelings are involved, and let me make sure this is corrected so they don't be like, his old sexist ass. Once feelings are involved, everyone is everyone's headache. No matter what,
true.
because it's a different situation there. Everything, shit gets to you that didn't get to you before. Like, who the fuck keep these lights on? Turn the light off. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just
Goddamn microwave on high.
fuck you. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't close the refrigerator? Okay, now all of our shit is room temperature, thanks to you. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit gets to you differently when feelings are involved. So when you're cheating with somebody and this is now your second bet, whatever the case is, that's just a different headache. Because now you can leave wifey or hubby, however you want, whoever the fuck is doing it, and you go be with other hubby, other wifey, and then they're getting on your nerves. You're like, I can't go home because this shit ain't finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're setting yourself up for failure. So nah, I could. Hell
Like
no.
on Goodfellas.
It'd be nice to fuck on, but that's about it.
That's where it stops. That is where it stops.
and I think that's why man and female cheat, because at the end of the day, you can go home and not have to deal with that bullshit. But then sometimes it backfires on you. You got the crazy motherfuckers.
Now,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who have been in polygamous relationships before, and they love it, but you could tell the root of it is sex.
So the poly relationships I'm referring to, because I've been doing a lot of research, I'm just saying, they are in poly relationships for the betterment of the community, meaning they're coming all together. This is through research.
You said that like they donating to.
No, they
So I'm sitting
are,
here
Cross
thinking,
and
like,
shit.
what betterment is this?
because they have.
We fucking do fundraisers. Thank
It's
you.
not even just about sex.
Whoever comes first got to put $1 in the jar.
Oh my God. That took a second for me. So they are in a relationship because they have like a unit as a whole, right? So they have maybe a stronger foundation because they have a third income. You see what I'm saying? There's someone who has 2 husbands and they are in a photography business together. They work together. There's there's a better foundation for the children. I'm saying these are the reasons why they're saying
I
that
was laughing at his
they're
facial
better.
expression.
Because I'm still trying to figure out how is this helping the community.
I'm just saying, like, as far as the family unit, I should say.
Okay,
Maybe I shouldn't
okay,
say community.
gotcha.
Like, we're going to benefit
I don't
from
see
having
about
poly-
me having 3
I
wives.
haven't
I don't know how that's
benefited
gonna help
from
North
poly
Vegas.
relationships.
Right. I'm sitting there like,
He
damn,
was
so
like,
if
I didn't
get
get
2,
my check. What the fuck?
Right. Hey, but that's one way though. Shit, whoever bust first got to put $1 in the motherfucking
God.
Pepsi jar. Boom.
So, that's their reason behind being in a poly relationship is because it's a stronger foundation for the family unit,
it's better financially.
financially, taking care of the children, things like that. I'm just saying that's what it stems off of.
Nah, I think I couldn't do it. The old-fashioned way is working just fine. I couldn't
The
do it.
old-fashioned way,
I mean, it's not working just fine, but it's working.
monogamy,
Yeah.
paperwork.
I said monogamy. I didn't say marriage.
Oh, okay.
She said that like you
And-
said you eat fucking caviar or
Right,
something.
okay.
So you
And-
like chitlins? Okay.
And, what was I going to say? It was another reason. Poly relationships, I mean, if you go back in time, it was
Stick
for
up.
population reasons. Is if we feel like our black men are being killed, they're purposefully killing our babies, telling us to abort, there was a woman who was told that their child had cerebral palsy and that shit was a lie. Specific things to control the population of the black people, to boost population.
Damn it, I ain't gonna get no sleep tonight. As soon as I hit the blunt, this is gonna be all that's on my mind.
Imagine if I was high right now.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I come with you? Shit, you barely got the.
So
the whole night set up, goddamn.
you know,
Trying to
because
hit the blunt.
because we're like being exterminated, like we don't fucking matter. There are other reason behind that is for population.
I mean, I guess I can see the positives in it. I guess
See,
just
he
as
with it. He with it.
I'm
He
not
ready.
with it. I'm not with it.
Husband, wife, brother, husband, ready.
I mean,
But you need.
I see the benefits. I just don't want to do it myself. It's a headache.
I think I feel the same way.
But why would it be a headache if there's 2 adults or 3 adults that have an understanding?
What's gonna
And a
happen
goal.
what's gonna happen when these 2 women get on their period and they mad?
You fucking mind your business.
Okay, but then I do mind
There ain't
my
no
business.
minding no business. One's in the bedroom, the other one in the living room.
No. Say I do mind my business. Now you mad because I mind my business. I don't
Look,
want them problems.
All I'm saying
good.
is that there
I'm
are.
good.
I mean, normally from
You go
what
out
I,
with your boy, that's 2 sets of phones just blowing
Right.
your shit.
Where you at?
Every time.
But-
One say where you at, the other one say bring some ice cream. You don't know what to do.
I'm at the ice cream store. There, that's solved it.
right. So basically, I'm just saying like there's an understanding. Everybody has the same goal, is to support each other. And even you could say even you're gonna have that same headache in a monogamous relationship,
It's only one headache though.
but then there's a lot of times if you're having issues in a monogamous relationship, things haven't been talked about. You guys don't have an understanding. You guys aren't on the same page. So that's gonna be the same in a poly relationship.
I see the benefit of it, but like it was a conversation me and my husband had before, actually recently, that, and we also talk about open relationships, and at the end we were just like, nah, like we couldn't do it. Just because even if you have that understanding, your feelings are always going to be there. There's always going to be some feelings there. The little bit of jealousy
That's
because you're
called
spending
ego.
more time.
But that's where ego in that relationship, ego has to go out the door.
Shit,
It
see,
has
that's
to
not- because
because
if
at the end of the day, if you guys are going to be successful, you can't be like, well, he was with her 2 days this week, and I've only seen him one. Like ego has to go out the door.
and that's why it wouldn't work for me, because you're not going to be laying up with Keisha 3 out of the 5.
I want 4.
So okay, so let me ask you, since you seem to be very gung ho for
I never said I'm just saying I've done some research, and these are the reasons.
some experimentation as well.
Not yet.
Just research. Oh, okay.
Not yet.
So you're let's say you're in a polygamous relationship with another woman, and you start to catch on that when it comes down to finishing, he likes to finish with her. He likes her to be on top. He likes to hit her from the back. Like focuses on her when it comes down to finishing. That's not going to get to you whatsoever.
I'm gonna be like, step your game up.
But,
But a lot of times it's not a threesome type deal.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of the time
it's
in those,
separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Where
like
the fuck is the fun in that?
it's a relationship that
Exactly. We are together.
Poly
So
relationship-
we are going to be fucking.
Poly relationship doesn't mean like the women are together and y'all together. Like that's not how it happens all the time. Like it depends on. I guess it's based on relationship. But a lot of them that I'm seeing, it don't work like that.
One on the face, one on the waist. I'm sorry. That's just
That sounds like a
God.
plan.
nigga.
Well, then if
So then that wouldn't be like,
Family ties for real.
that wouldn't be this particular scenario, because like you said, with this scenario, it's not like the threesome thing. It's like,
right, it's this man has
Two
two
wives.
wives, and these wives are here in the, you know,
Okay, so
just like sister wives that live here. Though Autumn, he got 5 wives. They're all separate, living in separate houses in a cul-de-sac.
so same
That's too
situation.
much money to be
Right, nigga.
dishing out.
But they're using all of their incomes to get this.
So same situation. You having a conversation with, sister wife, and she's telling you that we'll call him Phil. Phil came through last night. Like, damn, Phil was with you last night. I ain't, like that's not gonna get to you whatsoever.
That wouldn't even be the conversation because they have a separate relationship versus me and that,
So that's really not a relationship. That's just an accepted side piece. Ultimately,
No, it's no side pieces. We have 2 separate relationships. Like, maybe I don't want to be bothered all the time, or maybe
so do side pieces technically.
I'm just saying.
One is allowed and one's not.
But who's the main one?
Dun dun dun.
you know?
Exactly.
But that's again ego. But it should always be equal, and you should treat each woman accordingly, or each husband accordingly. I'm just saying.
See, niggas, that's gonna work just fine. They're gonna be like, okay, cool. You gonna go over there? Bet. I'm in the crib playing 2K.
That's why I want 2 husbands. Never have to worry about taking out the trash. I don't have to lift anything heavy.
That is sexist. What do you mean? You saying it's a man's role to take out the trash,
Yes.
to pump the gas?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm bullshit. I know. I feel that way too.
I don't like to take out the
It's
trash.
2018.
I feel like if there's a man in
cussed
the
out for
house,
opening the
I
door.
should not have to take out trash. And if there's not a man in the house, I'm going to get one to come over and take out the trash.
Yikes.
There's some niggas listening to the show right now. Like, nigga, y'all know she sound like a freak. I'm going to take that trash.
Right. Give me the bag.
Hey, when I come back, be naked.
James. I'm going to go, let me see if I got some tools in the car. When I come back, just be naked.
We could just do a little fucking or something.
A little fucking or something. I mean, goddamn.
God.
That's my new shit, little head.
Yeah, so we had a bunch of other stuff, but we
wrap it up.
Yeah.
So anything else y'all want to say?
Anything else y'all want to ask us, or?
No, I think we got our shit answered.
Yeah.
All right. I hope it was some good, good answers.
No, trust me. This would be a 4-hour conversation if I was to ask everything I wanted to ask. This is no longer a fucking podcast. This is
Not
a
to
movie.
mention if we were smoking. Oh,
Oh,
God.
hell yeah. If we were smoking,
Yeah, this is a marathon.
it'd be the first 9-hour podcast. This is getting released in parts.
Ripley.
It's a 9-part series.
Exactly.
Okay, so we did have one final question. This is our closing question. It's on some serious shit. In one word, how would you describe your experience as a black man in America?
Stressful.
Rage.
What's the reason behind that?
You can go ahead first because rage sounds like some.
I think black men.
Like he wake up in the morning.
Not
Good morning, motherfuckers.
not rage like that, but I mean like constant feeling like the world is against you and you're not able to do anything about it. That's gonna piss you off. You know what I mean? Like if I come over there and I keep poking you, eventually you're gonna be like, nigga, stop fucking poking me.
Right.
Yeah.
And we can't do nothing about it.
Right.
So that's why I feel like it's more rage than anything because we're trapped. Can't do shit.
What about you?
The reason I say stressful is basically the same thing Kev said. It's that feeling that the whole world's against you. So how you maneuver, the way you're supposed to maneuver, the rule book changes every day. You go outside, you don't know how to interact with a black woman because, like I said, I've been cussed out for holding doors.
That was a hood rat.
Right?
I would have went right back and opened that door and pushed her ass back out.
That was a feminist. That was a black feminist. That's supposed to be the blackest of black
no,
women.
that's not what black feminine.
No,
is.
yeah, I've been cussed out for holding doors, and then I've been cussed out for not doing something that a man is supposed to do, quote unquote. So you got that situation. You have the situation of the police. Granted, there are definitely black women out here getting killed by the police, but the number is significantly higher for black men. I even riding with my white homeboys. They'll wonder why am I getting so nervous when the cop is behind us. Like, nigga, because I may die today. Like that's
even though you're holding the blunt and you got the gun on your lap.
you're currently
I'm the target.
You're currently about to shoot up right now. They're gonna look at me like he looks hot. Like, no, I don't.
Did he
smoke
sell
that
you
shit.
that?
Exactly. You're giving a ride back to the plug.
Poor guy. He got you on drugs.
Right. Somehow I kidnapped this nigga from the fucking passenger seat. So you got stuff like that. Then you got, even in the workplace, granted, y'all are the most disrespected in the workplace for sure. Like it's not even funny how bad y'all are disrespecting in the workplace. But as a black man, no matter what position that we're in, we're constantly being reminded that we're replaceable. We're constantly being reminded that this is possibly temporary. And then when it's time to replace us, it's no second thought behind it.
Right.
When it comes down to cost cutting, shit, if it's majority black men than it is black women there, that nigga's gone. Straight up. Wow. They're gonna make sure they keep the woman there at least for diversity purposes. But a black man, nah, he out. So as a black man, you go on every day feeling like, what is today gonna bring? How is this gonna end? Will I even come home tonight? So it's too many questions. So you really don't have that opportunity to just have peace of mind. So it's stressful.
I'm stressed out thinking about it.
Right. You know what? I got into it with somebody on her page the other day who was trying to make it seem like I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. But I was just kind of like, I will never in my life even try to pretend to understand what you guys go through as black men. And just know that as a black woman, I think I'm speaking for both of us when I say that, we appreciate you and we salute you. And everything that you have going for yourself, everything that you're doing for yourself, it's recognized, it's seen, and just keep keep shining. That's all I can say.
We appreciate that as
Absolutely.
as black men, and we've actually had the conversation on the show. So I guess I do speak for Kev when I say this. It's the exact same thing tenfold. We had a whole conversation about why y'all paid 10 cents on the dollar. We had a whole conversation about why, when black women are being raped, i.e. the chicks that R. Kelly took down, and when black women are being raped and stuff like that, it's just overlooked. Like, that's another part of our stress. You know what I'm saying? At least proper black men. That's a part of our stress, to know that there's literally nothing we can do to change the cycle, because ignorant niggas don't listen to niggas. They don't listen to anybody. That's why they're able to remain as ignorant as they do.
Right.
So we more than appreciate what black women do for us. We more than appreciate just the black woman in general. The whole excuse of, the attitudes and shit like that. And you're just being a pussy, because everybody has a fucking attitude, no matter who and where it's at.
Part.
You know what I mean? So as respectful black men, we appreciate you guys as well.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Kumbaya, motherfuckers.
Well, thank you guys for allowing us to pick your brains. We
Thank you for having us.
appreciate it.
Where can we find you guys? Tell our listeners.
Okay.
Go first. Nope, I
You
always
boys
go
and
first.
girls.
Big Los IG on IG. You can also follow me on Facebook as well, and at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all things Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com.
Oh, it's my turn. Underscore Hollywood Kev on Twitter, Hollywood Kev _ on Instagram. That's it for me.
And that's why your ass goes first.
So
I can
'Cause it'd be
close out
like-
with all the other shit I normally pub.
But it's not our show, so you're not closing out.
I was waiting for a little bit more, but I was like, okay.
What can I
Anything we can look forward for you guys? Anything
Any
happening in the
events,
near
anything coming up
future?
in the future?
Visuals.
Yeah, just visual content, new content as
Yeah.
well. Like I said, we're trying to put the party back together. And I'd say that's about it.
Maybe we'll have we want to have a party so bad, but
Shit happens.
life,
Well, I mean, so when's the party? Let us know. When the cookout at least.
I'm trying to come.
So
You
what
married for
had
10
happened
years. I know you
was-
can burn.
What had happened was,
You want 2 husbands, so I know you can for sure burn. I need all parts of this.
yeah, we'll let y'all know.
Bad.
all right. So be sure to check us out on our website at melaninboulevard.com, and of course, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to Melanin Boulevard, which is spelled out on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Spotify. And don't be petty. Give us those 5 stars. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Melanin Boulevard, and Boulevard is abbreviated. Don't forget to tell your friends so they can tell their friends, and then maybe we can be friends. To tune in every Thursday.
Or brother husbands.
That's funny. That's the first thing I thought. That's the first thing I thought about.
There's options out here, baby.
All right, y'all. Executive producer for this episode is Brandy Harrison.